What's up, everybody? Wardrobe here, going live. Just was on Rocky's War Room, and P. Bacchus said, "Hey, you going live, Todd?" Yeah, I'm going to go live. So let's do it. So this is all P. Bacchus's fault. If you don't like it, too bad. So it's a nighttime scenario. This is kind of weird. I've never done night before, so why not give it a shot? We'll get going here, and I'll explain the scenario and start rolling dice. Remember, don't come here for the tactics or the rules. Come here for the sleep-inducing chitty chat. All right, here we are. Let's get going here. Now, I was trying to make it so I could do this quicker, and you didn't have to listen to me do this, but I am going to share this over to the Blitzkrieg Commander fan group over on Facebook. Come join us there. It's a private group, Blitzkrieg Commander fan group, but just answer a couple questions, and we'll let you go live there. So I hope to have a couple people joining, but we'll see what happens here. So pardon me while I say Command V here, and I post it to the group. And all right, so it's a nighttime scenario, and well, warm up. You got to get on here if you're going to get on here, boy. All right, nighttime scenario. It's been a while since I played Blitzkrieg Commander. Actually, I really desire to play, just a limited set of rules so I can get really good at them. And hey, what's up, Chris? Hello, man. Thanks for coming and jumping on over here. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I am also on Twitch as well, so if you want to join over there. I can see us. What's up, Robbie? Hopefully P. Bacchus joins us because he's the one that encouraged me to do this. So let's just talk about what we got as a scenario. I'll use this. That was my grandfather's from World War II, so cool. So basically, this is a scenario out of the Battle Group book. Out of the rule book, actually. So, hey, what's up, Jeff? You're welcome to jump on if you want. You can bring on your dinner here and just chitty chat if you want. Pete, what's up? I appreciate you all watching. This is fantastic. Okay, so anyways, from the main rule book, the Battle Group rule book, but I'm using Blitzkrieg Commander rules because, well, that's what I do. And basically, it's a couple of platoons of Germans, SS, attacking the Canadians at Norrey, so Norrey. There are several games. There's even some board games on it. Canadian Crucible is one of them. And McMurray and I played. Go check the. Oh yes, sorry, sir. Hold on, everybody. Nothing like a nice long pause. Maybe I should put the music, the 30-second clock back on here. All right, send it to you, Jeff, on Facebook. Okay, so, McMurray and I played it in the game Day of Days, Canadian Crucible, which is kind of that battle for the town over there. Actually, I can pull out the the Tactical Combat Series game, Brigade Fortress. So this is Point en Bassin. This is on the outskirts of that town. So there are many games on it. Pretty famous battle. I need to read up on it more so I kind of understand the history a little bit better. But I'm just kind of going by what the Battle Group told us. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hexes and Soldiers. So good channels. We got good channels on here. Go check them out. Yeah, so it's 4x4. I got the table design. The table should be a 6x4, but I was like, I don't need that other area. So what part did I knock off? I think actually, yeah, it's supposed to be deeper this way towards the camera, but I thought I'm just going to go 4x4. And it's supposed to be battle group. But anyway, so each stand in Blitzkrieg Commander in this game will be basically each grouping will be a squad. So, 8 to 10 guys, commanders. So basically there's 2 platoons. These aren't what they are. They're supposed to be the 251-10s, I think, with the 75 millimeter. I don't have any of those, so I'm just using these instead. So I got one here. I assigned it to this group, and I assigned the second one to that group. There's 2 80 millimeter mortars off board. The Canadians have a couple 105s. They got a couple pre-registered points here. So I want to make sure, yeah. I probably should have done like 4 of them and rolled for which one it was. And I've shrank down my artillery zone from, and I'm also using inches instead of centimeters because I wanted to, hold on. I wanted to kind of differentiate it from when I'm playing platoon level. So we got a guest with us here. We got Jeff joining us live. Doesn't have his camera on. Jeff, you with us?
I am. I'm eating.
Okay, he's eating. We don't want to see that. Oh, terrible. I'm going to make this a solo screen here. But thanks for joining. Just pipe in if you have questions or anything. You can be so Jeff is a board war gamer. So he's do you have any experience with miniatures? I know you had some you were trying to give away, but do you have any experience?
No, just the thing I did with Matt that night, the shootout thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can be the one with the newbie and ask questions if you have any. So
I had one earlier and forgot what it was. Rule sets. I did have a question actually.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I always see you have multiple rule sets. I mean, how large is the difference between?
The difference between rule sets?
Yeah, I mean, does everybody have the same things, or do war games have you're different? Some of them have different supply rules or different command rules.
Yeah. They all have their just little tiny differences. Because so this is the one I'm playing, Blitzkrieg Commander. This is the 4th edition, obviously. The big differentiator in this one is its command is based on the old War Master system. So to command this unit, I commanded the guys to load up, and then the units can then move. To do that, I had to roll into their command value, which is in this case an 8. And they did successfully do that. Whoops, there's one guy I shouldn't have moved. Shouldn't have moved him. So that's really the biggest thing in this game is command value. And so what can happen here, Jeff, I already did the first command roll. And when I get playing, I'm going to roll another one for some guys to fire and some other guys to move. And then if you fail your command roll, then that unit is done. So like battle group, where I got the scenario from, how that differentiate is first of all, it's usually modeled man to man. This is usually a stand equals a squad. There you'd have 10 guys be a squad. So that's a differentiator. And its big thing is you roll for the number of commands per turn. So each side, so this one would get, I think I would roll 2d6 and then whatever that roll is plus the number of commanders, and you command each squad by itself or each team, depending on the size.
Right.
So a lot of it's difference in command. There's not a lot of supply although in battle group there is supply, which is funny. So that's rare. Most miniature games don't have supply because they're usually very tactical level, typically. I mean, there's lots of exceptions to this, of course, right? But and then it seems like they basically vary anywhere from man to man. Well, I mean, like one guy's one guy up to each stand is a platoon. That seems to be the big sweet spot there. There are a few where each stand's a company, and then you can kind of get a little bigger than that, but it's pretty rare that higher side. And then when you get to that level, they do have supply, right? Because then you do start to worry about it when you're at the divisional level, right?
Right.
But at this level, it's not as important. Although with battle group, you can have it. And here they actually have added some optional rules for supply depots, which is just a fun feature to have. But yeah, then they vary on how they shoot and how they do battle and stuff. Because another thing that always gets like Kev Sharp worked up. He's not worked up. He's just always noticed it is how many people house rule miniature games, and where you don't really see that as much in board war games, right? Usually you play rules as written for board war games typically. And I think I kind of was listening to a podcast and it kind of hit me. when they were talking, I think why it is, and it's because miniature war games have really always been kind of a local flavor thing. And so like, we'd have a gaming group in St. Louis or London or wherever. And because it's just our small group of people, you kind of create your own set of rules. Like, well, we want to play World War II, so let's figure out the stats, and we kind of come up with our own rules, right? So it was always house ruling because you were just making them up. Well, then as people started printing rules off on mimeographs and Xerox, and it kind of started spreading, and that started happening. So I think there's just kind of in the DNA of miniature gaming. So rare, unless it's a tournament game like Flames of War or Bolt Action, or like Warhammer 40K, you typically don't see very many house rules in those games. But in like Blitzkrieg Commander, Command Decision, it's inevitable you see house rules because we just can't help but tinker.
Right. Well, it's always interesting to me that, you say the name Bolt Action or Flames of War, and I know those names. Granted, I've never played them. I know those names, but I always see you and a few others that have all kinds of different rule sets. And okay, so here you go. Here's a question. Let's answer this one for everybody out there. Of all the sets that you have, which one do you enjoy playing the most?
Yeah, I'd ask that of the. We got some mini players on the chats here, so pipe in there. I do want to make a couple comments what Hexes and Soldiers is saying here. For sure, different ice cream flavors for sure. And Hexes and Soldiers is both a minis and a board gamer. Yep, same basic stuff. I would be interested in Jason's thoughts on this. Jason's down in New Orleans area, but he's from the St. Louis area. I find most command rules a bit harsh. I'd be interested in what you mean by that. And then this one is that's interesting. It seems, yeah, you're probably right. I know you do, right, Jason? I know you, Hexes and Soldiers definitely does that. You can check out his channel. He does all kinds of cool things with board games. It's just been my experience up here that it's a little less. They might have one or two here and there, but you just don't see it as much, I don't think. But I think it's the first time Jason and I've ever disagreed. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at this.
Jason's awesome. Okay, so what you asked, my favorite rules are these.
Well, what is your favorite rule set to play by?
Blitzkrieg Commander.
Okay, all right.
Because there's chaos involved. I can solo it. Because of the command rule, it solos well, right? And I trust me, I try others because you know how it is. You're watching a video and you're like, dang, man, chain of command looks awesome. Bolt action, whatever. You see it and you're like, oh, that looks great. And always that mystery of the unknown. So you buy the book and you think, oh, I'm going to play that. And then you turn, they're all, it's whatever. Well, it just turns out I always come back to Blitzkrieg Commander. And I'm like, why don't I just stick with that? I should know that. Now, I have come to the point that I like buying rules and just kind of reading them, but I don't have to, I don't have to think I'm going to play them. I might not. So it's okay if I buy rules. I just got rid of all my battle group stuff, gave it to McMurray. So, because he was playing it and really liking it. So I'm like, yeah, check, you can have my rules. And, if I ever want to play again, I know where you live. Right. So
I would be interested to know, understanding how the German chain of command was very free about letting their lower echelon leaders make command decisions, and wondering how that would be applied, or if it is applied in one of these games.
So in this rule set, they model that by changing the tactical doctrine. So like U.S. has normal, British is normal, German depends on which. So they have flexible. So what that means is, and I kind of got to get this, I don't have this nailed down what that means. So flexible means, so in Blitzkrieg Commander, there's a couple, I'll just stick with how I play it. And it's an optional rule. I make fixed formations. So this platoon is a formation and I keep it as a platoon. So its commander is the commander for this platoon the whole game. And the same here, so all the platoons. Well, if this guy wants to command someone else, there's a penalty for it, like outside of his platoon.
Right.
But in flexible, that penalty is either doesn't exist or is lessened. I'm going to have to actually look that up and make sure. And they also give them a longer initiative range, which I can cover later when we get that. So they do make allowances for that. And you can also get higher command values too. So And the cool thing, and so what you just said is why some people house rule. So I might design a scenario, and there was a case, let's say there's that particular battle, the Germans really did a lot of flexible, the guys really did their own thing. Well, then you can kind of house rule for that scenario. Hey, you don't suffer command value as early as normal because they really operated under their own, or maybe they were really elite or something like that. So
I got you. You all are going to suck me into this vacuum I could see before long.
yes, that old chestnut, these little dudes might come awake. There was a Twilight Zone where they did that, and yeah, Indian in the Cupboard, the Cupboard did that. Yep. So anyway, so there's that. Yeah, those are great questions. I would say, so here's the thing. Like Flames of War is one that I never really got into because I'm not a tournament guy, and I'm like, but I'm Flames of War curious. So I've played a couple games of it. And then Bolt Action, I really enjoyed Bolt Action in that scale where a man is a man and a vehicle's a vehicle, and I really enjoyed it. And it's another one where I go like, yeah, but Chain of Command is more realistic. Sorry, I know that's always a thing, but whatever, more historical. Let's say that. But then I just enjoy Bolt Action more, so I was like, just deal with it. Like I invested, and you saw in that last video with Matt, I got 2 SCS games. I'm like, I need to embrace the simple. I like simple games, so just embrace it. So.
Right. Well, and I think that's what's happening to me right now is, I'm not going to take Kiev to Rostov down, but I'm going to start playing smaller scenarios in the games I have so I can get more content out there. Because I got a few people that want to learn about the Civil War Brigade series and how that functions. And so I'm going to spend a lot of time with those. Then OCS, you can't not love OCS, but trying to play the big scenarios, you got to occupy that table forever. So I'm going to play smaller ones.
Yeah, so there's 2 rule sets that I need to jump on with you, maybe not live, but OCS and GCACW, and just kind of go through it and have you walk me through some of the stuff. Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that about the thing. It got me like, oh yeah, these guys are flexible doctrine. Germans are flexible. SS, okay, flexible. So initiative is 25. Okay. Oh yeah, there's no penalty when assigning orders to other outside thing. Oh yeah, and they break a little less easily. Oh, 3 free ambushes. Okay. So this 4th edition, there's some things. I don't know if that'd be an interesting topic, but I would be interested sometime on Master. Maybe I'll just do a chat on my channel about playing one set of rules a lot or playing mini games, 1 or 2 games of it. Yeah, this is true. This is just like when I was a kid, right? I'm sure we all did this as kids. You set up these huge things, these huge scenarios, and then you never play it. Trust me, I've done that with both board war games and miniature war games. I find.
Yeah. Well, you know me, if I don't get taken in by something, it goes stale quick.
Yep. All right, so everybody, let's get to playing here. So these guys commanded. I loaded up the half tracks. They moved up here. So now what I want to do is I want to command them again. This is a nighttime scenario. I've never played that. It is severely limiting. And oh, by the way, this is usually played in centimeters because each unit's usually a platoon, and you're usually playing, But I thought if I'm playing at the squad level, I want to change that so that it's a little different feel. If this was platoons, I don't mind having a range of centimeters, but I changed it to inches. We'll see how it changes it. It may be too crazy. And also the ranges are way down. Like you can only see 25 inches, and the weapon ranges are a quarter of what they normally are. For the Germans. For the British, they're only half because they had better training in night fighting, apparently. I don't know. I didn't know about that. All right, let's get going here. This is serious stuff here. We got a battle going on. Let's get going here, people. I think the very first thing I want to do is this guy is going to shoot this guy because I already measured it out. There's pre-measuring as far as I'm concerned. But first, I have to pass a command roll. So their command value is 8. Once they, hey, Pete Backus is here. And Pete Backus said, I think you said you're going to be trying to get back into Blitzkrieg Commander or into Blitzkrieg Commander. Is that right? Okay, so again, this is a nighttime scenario, so it really changes the viewing of it. I didn't know that when I first set it up and I saw nighttime. I thought, okay, I'll try it. And I tried to do it in a literal interpretation from battle group to Blitzkrieg commander, and that might be a mistake. The points for the Germans, and I don't use points usually, but just kind of use it as a gauge. The points for here are like 3-1, which, if you're playing a board war game, is what you'd want to do, right, Jeff? You'd want to go in 3-1.
Yeah.
So anyway, so the command value is 8. I've already commanded them once, so now the command value is 7. So I have to roll a 7 or less on 2d6, which we all know should get it. I got a 7, so I'm good to go. So, and I keep track of this on a D10. So now I know that my next roll will be a 6 on that. So the first thing this guy's going to do is fire onto this. There's a British squad sitting here in this foxhole. So let's make sure I do everything correct here. So how this works is, can you see it? Sort of.
Yep, not bad.
Yep. Okay. So I'm using the 251-9 with a 7.5 centimeter gun. Normally its range is 40 inches. Oh, that's anti-tank. Oh boy, that's weird. Okay, yeah, it's usually, oh boy. Anyway, usually longer than that. So anti-personnel, and it's at 3 at 20. So that means I'm going to roll 3 dice at 20 inches. So that's 3d6. And let's make sure. I'd like to get it again. I used to be really, really slick at this and a lot faster than I'm showing myself right now. But I had all this stuff memorized here. But so it's got a hit and to save all that business. So they're not within half range. I don't add more dice. Firing. I don't think they're within 20. So if it's HE firing at, it must be within 20 because my range is 20, so it is 90. So I'm going to add a die because he's within 20. Sorry that I'm always crossing in front of the screen here. Let's see here, close assault. No, I don't have to do that. Testing for casualties. So he is in. There's also a minefield there. I don't think I want to go through that. So yeah, it's going to be a. He's in hard cover, so it's going to be a 6. Sitting him on a 6 with 4 dice. I just need 1, and I got a 6. So that means he's hit, but he does get a save. Normally, infantry does not get a save in this game. In Flames of War, the infantry save on 3. It is really hard to take out infantry in Flames of War. So it is going to be. I think he saves on a 5 or 6. Yeah, this has to be, I need to make this a little clearer for me. So saves on a 6, otherwise you're going to take a hit. And each unit takes multiple hits. So I rolled a 3. So now I'm going to roll this again. So he's taken a hit. I'm going to roll again. If I get a 6, because that was his to hit number, he'll suppress. He does not, so he's good. So I get my little marker here. Oh, where are my markers for hits? Hold on. Please hold. Got these great historic counters here. So the infantry can usually take about up to 6 hits. So I got these great markers from history, and I'm going to mark them as 1 hit. But he's not suppressed. That guy is fired. These other guys are going to move, and they get to move. Even their movement is reduced pretty significantly. It's pretty crazy. So they're all going to move at 7 inches. I need to rework my camera configuration where I got my computer set up. Oh, cool, man. Did you get the PDF version, Paul, as well? It's nice to have the PDF version so you can read it while you're, maybe doing something else or getting ready to go to bed or whatever. Sitting in the patrol car waiting for stuff to happen. Okay, so 7 inches, 7 inches, 7 inches. So why do I have 4 stands here? What is my 4th?
What's this, a Panzer Grenadier unit you got?
This is SS, actually. So he's there. What's my machine gun range right now? Do I need to drop my machine guy? I probably should have. So MGs are 15, so he actually has to be closer. I'm just curious why I have another stand. Is one of these for my FAO, maybe it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's my commander. I got it. Okay. This guy will stay here, I think. Commander has to stay back. That commander stays back. Okay, got it. All right. I assume those guys can fire. Do they have a weapon? They should have machine guns on those 251s. Ooh, they're only hitting at 10 inches. So let's see what we got here. All right, so I can command them again. Let's see how far away they are from their leader. Once you start getting past 20 centimeters normally, or inches in this case, from your leader, you start to take penalties. It's going to be really hard on this one because I said it's a small, it's a very small area if you really think about it. Now I have to roll a 6 or less to command them. I don't like taking my iPad to the toilet. That's hilarious. Like this? Is that what you're thinking, Hexes and Soldiers? It works. Tabletop CP has one. He was using his, and I'm like, wait a minute. I got my grandfather's from World War II. I should use it. All right, so I have to roll a 6 to command these guys again. What I want to do is move. How close was I? I probably want to dismount my machine gun, my MG42, and then keep rolling up with my guys to get them a little closer, and then dismount and attack. I need to see what it takes to assault. So I need to roll a 6 or less. I rolled a 7. So in this case, these guys are all done. So now they're out in the open, but it's dark and it's going to be hard to hit them anyway. And they're in the cover. They're at 251s. All right, so let's get going with this rolling up these other guys here. So these guys, this other platoon's going to move up. I pretty much decided I was going to just rush to this side. These guys over here, it's a PIA team, another squad over here, and a squad in this building. I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about that because the objective is this building here. So I'm just going to use all my resources there. They can come chase over there, which I'm sure they'll do. So now those guys are going to move. I need to see what my visibility is into the wheat field. Let's see here. Where is that? I made a unique terrain chart just for me. Need to make another one. So this is a low area terrain. So 10. And I need to quit moving my ruler over there. Anyway, I got to rethink my camera setup because I got my computer set up on this side of the room over here where I'm crossing over. I need to figure out how to wire my camera up so I don't have to walk in front of the camera because it's kind of annoying. But I have it so I can see this big screen here. Okay, by the way, you 8 people watching, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Anyway, I like studying the hard copy in the Cone of Solitude. Okay. So again, normally 10 centimeters, but I'm saying 10 inches. Oh, I think those guys, no, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I think those guys would be concealed or something, but I'll worry about that later. So I want to get up to here, so I can do that pretty easily. So I'm going to command them. They're all going to mount up, and they're going to move forward. These guys won't because they're the commanders. And let's go. It's an 8. I rolled an 8, so I get to do what I want to do. And they're all going to move up. I think it was 7. So there. And he's a 7 as well. So now he can fire. They'll all stay there, and I'll just keep all those guys back there. I know they're on the board. Okay, so let's command him again. I want this guy. Can he hit him even, or does he need to move closer? Oh, he's got to move closer. Now I can't hit that guy. I can't see him. All right, so let's move it again. 7s. Got a 6. I can move him closer. So let's He's just going to move right to the edge of cover there. These guys are just going to move out into the edge of cover as well. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. And let's see here. So they're pretty soon they'll be out. So now to man them, I'm going to need to roll a 6 or less. Watching while assembling these ships to fight the Battle of Trafalgar. Oh, that's cool, the old chestnut. Oh yeah, I did want to ask you guys who are on here. Do you have that do minis games? Jeff asked this question. What's your favorite miniature rule set? Top 1 or 2? Doesn't have to be World War II, whatever. But if you have a favorite World War II, I'd like to know. That's my era. But and I rolled a 6, so they get to go again. So Jeff, I could keep rolling until I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or not 2, not 1. I have to roll 2. But if I keep rolling 2s, I can keep going. You roll 2 1s, so you could just roll all the way up and keep going.
Well,
Pretty rare.
Yeah.
Pretty rare, but you could. So I think what I want to do is get these guys. That guy's gonna sit still. He's gonna go 7. Is he gonna be out of his range? So he'll move right here. And he's gonna fire on this guy. He's at that. So he's gonna roll 4 dice, same thing, hitting on 6s. Lodging people out in this game as in Flames of War. All right, Pete Bacchus, number 1 Blitzkrieg Commander. Yeah. Bolt action, number 2. Doritos. Okay. Oh, that was what you're opening. I thought that was your favorite war game, Jeff. Yeah, Doritos. Yeah, that's funny. My favorite set of World War II is Battle Group series. Yeah, cool. Oh, hey, Counterproductive. Nice to have you on here, man. So Battle Group's cool. It's a good set. I did just give all my rules I had. Man, those books are heavy, man. They weigh a ton. I just gave all my Battle Group rules to McMurray, local gamer here. He just played a game or two and really liked it, so I let him have them. And like I said, I didn't want to play another game. So that's an example of one. Battle Group's a cool set, and they've got great historical research. They got good scenarios. But I had set this game up to play Battle Group, and I got it set up. And I'm like, I don't want to play. I'd rather play Blitzkrieg Commander. So it's like, why do I keep trying new rules? Just stick with Blitzkrieg Commander and get really good at it. So Paul, Mike, I always say when people ask what's your favorite movie, TV show, book, World War II, whatever, I always say my top 5 organic list is, because it always changes, right? All that stuff changes. Hey, it's all right, Hex to Hex. That's cool. I think most of us are like that. Okay, Hex and Soldiers. I have not played O Group yet, and that is a rule set that I'm like, I really don't have much interest in. I know Paul has got the rules. I want to like those. The work that Rich and Nick do at Two Fat Larry's is amazing. Speaking of historical, they do their historical research, and I trust their games to follow history as close as a game can. And they have amazing scenario books in all their sets of rules, all of them, from ancients to, I don't know if they do modern, well, Vietnam. But like World War II, so many scenarios for I Ain't Been Shot Mom and Chain of Command. Trust me, I bought a bunch of them, and they're reasonably priced. He did not save his hit in the foxhole. I think I might be doing that wrong. It might be a 5 or 6. And he does not pin. So the guys in there take another hit. So now they've got 2 hits. I think it's a 5, 6. I need to look at that real quick before I do too many more hits on him. I don't think these guys are ready to disembark their. I need a little holster for this thing so I could, show you guys there. Let's see. That's going to just flop around and hit. So I need to see if there's an assault kind of rule. Can these guys come up? I mean, can these guys fire the same time that these guys dismount? I mean, the range is unfortunately only 10 in this nighttime fighting, which is just insane. I mean, 10. You're getting close. I mean, you know what? I don't think I could technically hit this guy because I don't think you can see them until you get within a certain range. So I really needed some recon in this. In fact, I am almost sure I couldn't see them. So I need to check that real quick. I'm trying not to look up rules too much, but this is a big deal for that. because I think they're concealed because they're troops, especially in cover. So it really requires you to get some recon, or I just need to roll up some of my half tracks up there. So hold on here. It's kind of a big deal. Let's see terrain. So yeah, Paul. So Paul hasn't played O Group yet. Yes, I know. Yeah, that's right. You were doing ESR. I haven't seen videos come across, but I don't. Have you been continuing to make those videos for ESR counterproductive? Oh yeah, Paul didn't like that. That doesn't surprise me because I know you don't like that for chain of command. Counterproductive. He does have a Civil War set called "Can't Hit the Side of an Elephant" or "Can't Hit an Elephant" or something. That's hilarious. CPG, send me that fearful sacrifice. Send me that for fearful sacrifice. Okay, let's look here real quick. I need to line of sight check here, everybody. It's a pretty big deal. Concealed troops are concealed if they're out of sight. They're dug in before the start of the game. Okay, so they couldn't even see them. They're concealed until low profile with an average profile. So an enemy unit is within concealed troops can only be seen when an enemy unit is within 10 centimeters of troops with a low profile or within 20 centimeters of troops. Oh, well, actually they were within 20. That probably should be less at night, but they can see there, especially with my new range. Okay, so they still count. So sorry if that didn't make sense, everybody. So now I want to command these guys again. So now it's going to be a 5, right? Because I commanded them at 6. It's going to be a 5 or less. So I think I want to keep firing on him, but these guys are going to move up and then dismount. If I move another 7, well, let's just command it. Let's just see what I get. Sometimes it changes your command on what you're going to do and through what kind of terrain. Okay, let's see here. I am curious about this. Yes, this is 15 millimeter. If someone's asking, yeah, 15 mil. Wargaming with Gary. What's up, sir? Good evening or good morning. Not to hijack the chat, but did play my first game of AMFS and I really liked it. And what is that? What is AMFS? Is that the most fearful sacrifice? No. Yeah.
Lupman's new game.
Okay. And is it not out yet or something?
No, I think he's a couple guys. I know Mo had it, and looks like CPG's got a preview copy of it or something.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So what is that about? Is that Civil War?
Gettysburg. That's his master game that you can play the campaign, or he's got like 13 or 14 small scenarios that cover all 3 days of Gettysburg.
Okay, cool. Is it pretty? Is it a complex game? Or?
No, he. That was one of the statements he made. He didn't want it to be brain bashing to the players, so he kept it detailed, but as light as he could.
Okay.
With Rick Barber maps.
The infamous Rick Barber. Who's putting it out?
White Dog Games. Or no, Flying Pig.
Oh, it's on Kickstarter right now?
Yeah.
3x5 map. That's pretty big. Okay, so they failed their command roll, so they're there. So the Germans are done. So now what gets to happen is the commands get to move up, and their command. That's pretty limiting. That's amazing. So they can only move 15. So this is interesting. Like I said, I've never played a night scenario before, so they can move 15 inches. So the commander's gonna move up to he'll move up to over here. This command will move up here. And this commander. Oh, yeah, I need to change, actually. No. I need to change my commander over to here. As I do this as well. So this actually needs to be here. And so he moved there. Maybe move up to here. Wait, what is my? They can only move 10. Oh wow, never mind. So he gets to move up to here.
So I would have to assume that line of sight obviously is reduced. Because of
so line of sight as far you can see is 25 inches.
All right. And
Or
are
25.
there options for like flares and stuff like that?
I didn't see that in here, but again, I've never played night, and I did think of that. That would be fun to do. It'd be pretty easy to simulate that, you know. I think yeah, that could be it. So that's another like house rule thing you could do if you really wanted to. I feel like 25 is pretty generous, especially when I'm playing, you know, at this size. I think that's pretty good. It's just the really limiting thing is the range of the movement and weapons is so reduced, down to 25% for the Germans and 50% for the British, but that's pretty significant. Slows it down though, so that's cool. And there are very few British troops here, so it helps them a lot, right? So, which they need because they're very outnumbered here. So anyway, they move 10 inches, so he's going to move up to here. I think he has to stop at that linear obstacle, and then so does he. He has to stop at linear obstacle, and okay. I think that is it for now. So then you go to the Canadian phase, and it is scheduled phase. So anything scheduled can come in. There's only two things that are scheduled. There's 205 millimeter concentrated bombardments. One over here, nothing's going to hit it. Can I cancel it and move it? I think I can cancel it. I have not done much artillery before. So this is what I'm talking about. I'd like to really learn this game to be able to do this stuff without having to look up the rules, you know, really learn the game. Funded in 2 hours. That's pretty good. I did a Flying Pig Kickstarter years ago for Old School Tactical. Okay. Whoops. Oh, how funny. So it's just, we got two comments side by side, terrible service and amazing service. So he scared the crap out of me when he answered the phone. Yeah, they're going to throw some 105 millimeter at those vehicles, actually. And they do. Do I have a mortar? I do have a mortar, I believe. It's a small one, though. Okay, scheduled. So I want to change my schedule. It's going to be a little tougher to observe artillery. So requesting, what do I need to do to cancel it? They have a rule for spotter aircraft. I need to get a couple models for spotter aircraft. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see here. I think I just get to cancel it. Do I need to make a roll for that? All right, well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, so I'm just going to say the FAO has to make a command roll. So he'll do that now. This doesn't really work with the rules here, so. Oh, he failed, so it is going to go off and hit nothing, and that uses that one up. So, because there's no one around it. And then this guy, who's around this guy? So that command stand, the FAO for the Germans is with it, and so is this stand here. So let's roll the dice for 105 millimeter, and how that works is you just roll 105 off table, so it's going to be 3 rolls. 3 rolls hitting on probably hitting on 4s because they're out in the open. And what other modifications do I have for this? So 5, close assault, testing for casualties in the open, hard to full cover, minefields, exposed AFVs to aerial weapons. So hitting on, I was going to hit on a 5 or 6. And okay, 5 or 6, 3 dice. Got 1 hit, and the save for artillery, it's an open top. Harder full cover, full AFVs, exposed AFVs. Let's see, the attacking player must test for all units within the fire zone, including blah, blah, blah. Okay, and I feel like the saves are less for this. And save is a 5 anyway. I feel like I'm missing something. I rolled a 6, so he saves. But he did get hit with 1 hit, so he is suppressed. Now the commander has to roll. And another hit on the commander. So you normally can't target commanders, only artillery. And they can't be targeted by artillery. It's just if they fall in the zone. This is falling in the zone. So he saves on a 6. He does not save, but he's not pinned. So the command actually takes a hit. Command rarely takes hit in this game because you just don't ever target him. But in cases like this, I've not used much artillery in my days of this. I need to use it more, especially if I'm doing any city fights. So let me, pardon me, everyone that made that sound. So, no, Hexen soldiers, never be sorry about that. I love the chat going on in here. But see you later, man. And Paul, thanks for sharing your favorite rules, by the way. Okay, so. All right, so now the British turn. Scheduled came in, so that's done. So what do the British want to do to kind of counteract this? Now, can I fire on those open top vehicles with my units? I would think I could. Often you can with troops. Exposed. Let me look at the rules for exposed real quick. I'll add 1d6 to attacker and Morty already. Oh, okay. Well, actually, let me add 1d6. So there you go. So, nope. So, okay, cool. Air infantry assault, not in supporting assault. Add 1d6 to attacker is mortar, arty, air, and infantry assault. All right. Well, they have the save value, so I guess I can't do that. That's interesting. In some games, you can shoot with machine guns because they do have a penetration value, but this doesn't in this game. But you could fire on the 251s and at least shock them or something, but not in this. But that's cool. Okay. Well, I definitely want to get this Piat guy moving. He wants to get moving over there. He's an independent team, so he's just going to command under a value of 8. So I'm going to get him going, and he is going to move out of cover. He's going to go try to take out some dudes on the zone. So I rolled a 10. So there's an example of a failed command roll. So he can't do that. And that's too bad because, let's see, is there an independent? Do not impose command penalties for distance. Okay, so that would have been a command for all of this unit. So he's under that, or he could fall into the. Oh, you know, one thing I didn't do? I didn't need to do it. Okay, so okay, he's checking the machine gun. I think I see what's going on here. I forgot to do the command value for the Germans, but that's okay. I got everyone moved up. All right, so what's in this building over here? So it's a squad. So I see they're all moving over there. So this whole unit needs to move over there. Where is his commander? It's kind of weird. Oh, wait, that is the commander. Is that the overall commander over here? Oh, yeah, I think it is. Holy cow. So I got a mortar over here. I've got, I do have a sniper too. Sniper, I got a Vickers, the sniper, command, an observer for the artillery's up there. I need to check my army list here real quick and see who all these guys are real quick. Yeah, I think that's my overall commander over there. There's a squad in this building. And so Vickers, priests, trench, minefields, marks, sniper team, infantry team, Piet. So who are these guys? I don't think these guys are even, I think these guys were from the battle group game. And this was a medic, right? I don't even have a medic. So no, those guys don't even matter. They don't matter. And who do I got? Anybody in this building? Okay, so that's my.
Paul Beckus has a question.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at it just a second here. And so what is this guy here? What's the question here? Oh, no, P. Bacchus, I do not. I keep my hits on. I have played that way since day one. So, Jeff, so you know, and others know. So in Blitzkrieg Commander, so you know, this guy took 2 hits. At the end of his turn, all those hits would come off. So remember, this game is normally played at the platoon where each stand is a platoon, you know, so that's 30 to 50 guys. And so you fire on him, you do all your firing, and at the end of his turn, he would take those hits off. So you really have to concentrate your fire to get, you know, enough hits on guys to take them out. I have never understood that rule, but a lot of people swear by it. So the optional rule is you just keep hits on. And so he has 2 hits, and he'll have 2 hits, and then he'll get 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. It does make it go faster, and they start to get their firing doesn't weaken or anything like that. Just it's kind of a record of just their morale's going down, they're getting whittled down, but you just keep the firepower the same, and you don't mess with that. That's why I like these rules. It's simpler. There are some house rules for, you know, rolling for morale to take some of the hits off. And I like that. I'm going to try them out sometime, but not on this game. Just because it's too much stuff going on. I'll probably do it in a smaller type of game just to see what I think. Because I think that would be cool. Like at the end, if they're within command range, roll a die and they take, you know, 2 hits off or something like that. Or take them, but they always have 1 hit on there or something. But anyway, that's how I play, Paul. I've always left them on. Yep. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I got a lot of extra guys here. I'm trying to figure out who all these guys are. So these guys aren't even on here. These guys don't exist. This guy doesn't exist. In battle group, you have medics and stuff. The cool thing about a lot of these miniature rules, Jeff, is that their rules are simple enough that you can add little things like that. Like if you wanted to put a medic in there, like I was just watching Band of Brothers, and you know they have that story about the medic, and he's going around and doing all this stuff. Well, put that rule in there if you want, right? And just make it for that scenario where the medic made a big difference in the battle. So he can go around and maybe take some hits off with a die roll or something. Who knows?
Right. That adds flavor to it seems like.
Yeah, well, exactly, P-Back. Because you have a King Tiger in town or something. I mean, killing infantry in a city, I just don't even know how you do it. I just, so it just, and that's, you know, because it's an optional rule, I went with it. I mean, I just took it immediately. I always hesitate to do house rules unless I've played a few games because, you know, there's a design for effect and stuff that, you know, I don't understand. Okay, so that's my Piet team. This is my infantry team. That's my leader for my infantry team. This is my overall commander for the group. And who the heck is that guy? So, see my sniper team? He's my sniper team up there. Who the heck is this guy? He's my observer. Okay, that's cool. And then who are these guys? He's also got a Piet, but he's not going to have a Piet. So. All right. Where was I? So this commander just tried to command his units to move. That guy will move and him fire. He failed. So that platoon guy failed. Now the cool thing is the CO can command for him. There is a command radius change. It's 20. So if anyone's out 20 inches away or more, he can't do it, or he can do it, but there's a penalty. So he's going to try to command these guys. So he's going to try to command everybody else on the table to fire, to move, mortar to fire. He's trying to command everybody. He's at a 9, but it's a penalty because they're out of 20 inches, so it's going to be an 8. And I got a 7, so groovy. So everyone gets to do something. The Canadians need to shift their defense because they were. I should probably just move that over here. So let's. I need to get 2 tape measures on the table because it's never where you need it. All right, so this guy's going to move. Yeah, what's my movement now at night? It's a pretty neat thing having the stuff. Yeah, I can move 5 inches. So how can I get, these trees aren't trees, it's just kind of a design element here. Can I see? I can't see. What's my range of my P at? It's probably terrible. Yeah, it's 5 inches, and that's as close as you can get. So I need to move up again. And this guy's going to move 5. So they're all just shifting over here. Let's just attack these guys. I don't know. I probably should move these guys back. It's going to take me forever to move over here. Holy cow, dude. Commander will stay there. This Vickers, can he hit? Man, I wish my Vickers could shoot at the. Man, they can't shoot at any of these guys. Okay, so the Vickers stuck. 105s can't fire again. We got minefields, support unit, infantry team, infantry veteran, sniper team. So my sniper team, can he shoot, fire once during initiative? Let's see, snipers. I've never played with snipers before, so that's kind of a fun, always fun having snipers on.
All right, Todd, I'm going to bail on you. Time to hit sack.
Okay. Hey, thanks for coming on, Jeff.
Yep. Good watching this stuff, bro.
We'll talk to you. See ya. Yeah, old chestnut. Setting up training in the naval battle is way easier. Or space battles. Yeah. Agreed. Even Russian steppes can be pretty easy. Again, thanks all for jumping on late on a Saturday night, or maybe early for you, depending, early Sunday morning. I'm just trying to think what the British can do here. I could fire this. I swear I had a mortar. I thought I had an onboard mortar here. Did I not? Where's that list? I'm pretty sure I had a small mortar on the table. Please hold, everybody. I want to look at the army list I had here. The British need all the help they can get, and I keep saying British. I mean Canadian. No. Wow. Well, who are these guys? It's a mortar. They don't have a mortar. Let's keep taking stuff away from them. Yeah, so they had a medic, comms relay team. So the cool thing about Battle Group is that they have a lot of things like that. I mean, they have, you can recover vehicles. They have supply. They have medical teams, comms relay teams. It allows you to model a lot of cool stuff. Which I think is a really neat feature in that game. So really the British can't do a whole lot right now. I need to free up those 105s to fire up. So they're going to command again. The commander is going to command these guys to move, and just kind of hold out here. I might as well keep these guys here too, because they're just going to help slow things down a bit. I rolled a 7, and that's what I needed. So perfect. Okay. So let's move this over here for now. And so 7, and these guys are going to move 5 inches. And get within. Can I get within? I can't. So I'm going to go ahead and get up here within 5 inches. They're going to be right here. And they're going to hopefully get another command roll. 5 inches. Man, this is slow going here, but that's okay. And I think that's it. So now I want to command them. They're still out of 20. I think they are, yeah, for sure. So I could stop commanding him. Is he out of 20? Shoot. All right, I'm going to keep commanding those guys to move. So now I need a 6. 10. All right, so they failed. Oh, no. So I think I know what I'm going to do here. So the troops are supposed to stay outside of 5 centimeters, or I'm going to say 5 inches here of each other. But I may, you know what? I need to not get distracted by that. And can those guys fire the machine guns and dismount? I bet I could. I bet I could dismount the infantry out of that one and move those guys up, move those guys up. Oh, but he's suppressed. All right, so let's see what happens here. What happens at the end of the turn? Nothing. I need to move my commanders, so good thing I was thinking of this. So my commanders need to move up. So they're going to move, HQs move 20. So yeah, he's going to move over here into that foxhole. Now this pretty building, this whole side of the table is just going to sit empty. No big deal. That commander doesn't need to move. And that's that. All right, so that is the end of turn 1. It's time for turn 2. And I also said this is down to 7 turns since I took some room off the table here. So let's move 2 here. Okay, what do we got? Any comments going on here? I think it is, Paul. Snipers is a new thing. It's one of the special. They've added a lot of optional. Because do you know, Paul? You can go to the forums and download. I'm going to say 8 optional rule sets: night fighting, supply, civilians, refugees. This stuff like that. Kind of just cool little additional things to add to the feature. Weather. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. I was excited about that when I saw that addition when they came out with 3rd edition, and then that was scrapped. You don't have to add any of it, but it just kind of gives you some ideas. And snipers was one of them, and some independent teams and some things like that were new. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, sniper teams is new. Basically, it's allowing you to put a suppression on people. You can't really do much killing with it because remember this was kind of set for the platoon size. So 1 sniper. I mean, you don't want to make it too powerful. So I think suppressing somebody is good, right? Because this guy's suppressed here, the Germans. It doesn't come off till the end of the German turn, so they missed out on opportunity fire. Oh yeah, opportunity fire. Hold on. I am going to do that. I am going to opportunity fire from my German guy. I do want to do that. So you do have opportunity fire. The 251 is going to fire on him. And my personnel knight is 1. Hitting him, it's going to be hitting him on a 5. Do I get any? He's in soft cover. Unit in the open, no cover. Unit soft partial, hedge scrub. Hedges, scrub. Yeah, I'm going to say they get, because it's just hard to see him as an ISO. I'm cool. So 1 at 5. Oh, but see, the range is so short. This is awesome. So at 10, and he's within 5, so they get to roll 2 dice. And here we go. Is it restricted? No, it's all around. Oh, 2 6s. So he's got 2 hits. He's in the open. He doesn't get 2 saves. How many casualties does the Piat guy have? Oh boy. And by the way, Paul, Piat team is a house rule. So I put that. So basically I made him like a sniper team. He has 2 hits, so he's now dead. Because they don't really do teams in this because, again, it's higher scale. But I thought, well, why not? Let's just add it and just give him 2 hits like he is an independent team, and he's dead. So never mind. So I need to keep track of that because there are units here. So I'll keep the casualties up here for both sides. There's a casualty breakpoint. Well, that's pretty huge for the Germans. This guy did opportunity fire, so that means he's going to get a penalty when he tries to initiative the next turn, and he can't do initiative fire. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a bunch of stuff in the book as well, Paul. There's just like sniper team might. I think it might be a hard copy thing. I'm not sure where it is, but it's in one of those 2 places. All right. I need to get a drink. My tea ran out, so I am going to. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to get myself a piece of paper. I need to make myself a screen on StreamYard so I don't have to do this janky way, but I'm gonna be right back, everybody. Hope you get the steak on. Chat amongst yourselves. I was out for some high slick stuff there. The lack of using AT teams. Let's talk about that, Paul, when I get back. I'm curious what you mean by that. Almost there. Almost back, everybody. Let me do something real quick. Let me get a sweatshirt, man. It got cold down here all of a sudden. I'm gonna do something real quick here. Let's see here. Then go here and then go here. How's everybody doing here? Oh, here we go. Counterproductive games, Civil War rule set. Good question. That's funny, old chestnut. I've heard Altar of Freedom is a really cool. I mean, I think I even downloaded it, bought it, and downloaded it. I guess I'm back. I guess I don't need to say that anymore. Some people like that. I guess it depends what scale you want, right? Counterproductive. I mean, gosh, I don't know. Some people like the epic, like Black Powders. They got that new set out. You should probably like what scale. I don't know if you have enough people on that play enough ACW, but what scale? We just talked about board Civil War games. Now we need to. All right, what am I doing here? So I need to get this thing here. Go here. I need to go over here. No. Huh. I thought I could go to. Wait a minute. What is that in? Oh, it's in my. Wait, what is that in? Pardon me, everybody. I'm having a little computer thing here. What is going on? Why am I not able to move? Okay. Anyway, where's my little guy here? Boom. And okay. Black Powder Commander. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know they had a free one. That's interesting. Counterproductive. I thought you might have liked those. I'm curious what. What's up, Kaiser? Yeah, that's interesting. Black Powder. I'm sorry, Black Powder Commander. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Counterproductive. If you don't like Black Powder, it'll be interesting to see if you like the Commander one that Pibaka's, because they're very closely tied together. You know what I mean? So that'll be interesting because the lineage is War Master, and then it split off. Peter Jones liked it so much that he made it Blitzkrieg Commander, which is kind of based off War Master with changes. And then Black Powder is kind of an extension of War Master in some ways, in that you roll once and you get your total command for the turn. But anyway, yeah, counterproductive would be interesting to know. So Paul, I was looking you up, Paul, on Discord to send you a link here. But I'm curious, Paul, what about AT teams are you talking about? Keep talking about ACW, everybody, too. That's great. But I'm curious what you mean by AT teams. In like I just talked about, like a Piat team. Okay, so there's this thing called initiative distance. It's flexible. It's within 25 inches. The Germans can have kind of a free shot on people, or move too. You can actually move without getting shot far. So am I within? So they can see those guys because now they're in an average profile. They can't see those guys. They definitely can see these guys. So can I fire my machine gun? I can't, but yeah. So all these guys, he can't either. He's suppressed. Wow, this is interesting. The German guys really. So I need to stay out of the fire zone here. So I could move up here 7 inches. I gotta stay 5 away. Oh wow, that's exactly 5 away. These all can move up 7. And I guess deploy. Yeah, so these guys need to actually stay over here to get out of the way. That guy, you can't shoot through your own people. Can this guy fire on him? He could. All right, so they're going to fire that shell at them, and they'll probably want to move then. So I think that guy at 77.5 was shooting at 20, so 3. 4. 2 on 6s, right? 2 hits. Let's cock back. 2 hits, stays on 5 and 6. Both saved. Son of a gun. What's that? Maybe I want to keep him back and actually fire him instead of. So yeah, he was 15. So let's move him 7 back and fire that guy as well. And then he'll fire that gun and can this gun will be suppressed. I need to come up with a different setup for this. I don't like walking in front of the screen like that for you guys. Oh, okay, that's true, Paul. Oh, okay, so sniper, or yeah, you're right. They don't have them because I think at the platoon level, I don't think you would really necessarily see it at that level because they're kind of operating within the area of that platoon, and that's why the ranges are what they are. You know, like some of the, and you add the teams to the platoon, right? And they're just a part of the platoon. So that's why I figure if I'm playing at squad level, I don't mind adding it. We'll see how it goes. I mean, that was the first time I've done it, and they are already dead, so it doesn't matter. I'll have to try it again when I'm not using with the night rules and all that, you know. Are these new models, Todd? Not seen you use 251s before. I bought these off a guy. I bought models off of 3 guys. I'm not talking about people I painted for or Curtis, who I knew. And this is one of my better ones. Yeah, they had a bunch of 251s, so of course I jumped on that. Now this is supposed to be a 251-9 with the 7.5 centimeter gun, but I didn't have one. I was looking at the 251s I need. I need some with mortars, some with 7.5s. I need the flamethrower ones. I need a medical one. I need a command one. It's amazing how they utilize these. And all I really have are 251 ones. I do have 251 10s with the 3.7 mag. Yeah. So I do have that. And that's what this is. And he is going to fire now. Well, no, actually, he's not. He is. And he fired. And so I need to write down that he did something in the initiative phase. Where is my thing there? He's going to have a command penalty. And he moved. That's a command penalty. All these guys did that, so I need to get a bunch of these bad boys out. I know markers on the table, everybody. I should probably be able to remember this, but I don't. I'm not that too concerned about that. And they're all going to fire. So boom, boom. That guy will definitely fire. And that guy will fire. I need my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? So they're new to me. I mean, not really. I've had them for a while, actually. But yeah, I haven't seen them much on the table. I need to get them on the table more. Their paint job is okay. I could do some touch up on them. All right, so let's fire the 3.5 first. 3.7. It's just 1 die. It's 2 die because I'm within the range. Oh yeah, and it's just going to be this guy. 2 die within the range, hitting on 6s. Gosh, I'm rolling a lot of 6s, saving on 5s. Roll 3 so he doesn't save. Oh, another 6. He's suppressed. That's a big deal. So he is suppressed. That's really good for these guys. So Another hit. So he's halfway to being done. They moved. He fired. He moved. I don't know. I need to look up deploy. Can I move and deploy? I need to kind of figure that. I haven't used transports a lot, so this is new and exciting. So he can't initiative fire. Okay, so we're good there. Everyone's good. All right. Time for me to get a drink. And take a bite of an apple. Why didn't paint these? Oh, can't see. They are not painted. And guess what? I probably wouldn't have painted them. Well, this is painted. This is the bottom of this one's painted. That's funny. Fire and Fury, yeah, that's a very popular one. And no, I did not paint those. It's the best way for me to get models painted. Just like I did from Curtis. Just a second, everybody. I got to do one other thing here real quick. Hold on, everyone. Please hold. What time is it there? Kaiser, check your messenger if you're interested. Okay, what are we doing here? I never paint the bottom. If you can see the bottom of the tanks, you're playing them wrong. Hey-o. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's cool if you do, right? You know, detail it out. What was I doing here? All right, so I need to figure out about dismounting. Can I do a dismount after moving in initiative phase? I need to be actually careful with, like I probably want to start laying down some mortar fire. Can anyone command mortars? That's another thing I'm not sure. I don't think there's a lot of freedom on who can command artillery. All right. You may move. The unit can move up, just full move doesn't including base contact, as long as there's sufficient movement when mobile. You also choose to dig in. Oh yeah, digging in. Changes direction. Deploy. Unit may mount or dismount a nearby transport unit or limber or unlimber towed guns if it's within the initiative distance of the nearest. Okay, so I think I did the right thing here because what he can do is deploy. I got to look up the assault rules real quick here and see. I've done a lot of assaults. These are some things I need to get more things on the table just to practice these things. Probably would be best if I didn't practice live, but maybe not. I don't know. Why not? Why not do it? You know, who cares? Voluntary moves. The assault unit must be within initiative distance of the enemy unit. I'm just curious because usually you can. So in normal movement, you can move and then deploy within 5. So normally I could deploy right into. So that's kind of what that would mean. So I think what I could do is, like right now, I think I can deploy into command turns, infantry support, towed gun Stofkins. AFVs may not assault in units that are in the open except for when they're carrying infantry or engineers. AFVs may not assault. Units may only close assault enemies until that they can see. Units may only assault close across the linear obstacle if they begin their move in base contact with that obstacle. Oh, that's interesting. There is a obstacle there, a linear obstacle. So he's going to have to get a command. Yeah, there's going to be some opportunity fire here. I really need to set up those mortars to maybe smoke out that town. That's probably what I should do. Hopefully he's within range. So let me look at smoke real quick. Yeah, because if I get both of those, I can... oh, yeah, I should have actually fired more. Oh, yeah. So I messed up on my 105 resolution. So let's look at smoke. Sorry, guys, on rules. I haven't done much smoke stuff here. So where is smoke? Smoky smoke. Smoke, smoke, smoky smoke. It would make these videos much more fun if I knew all the rules better. And then you have a table, calculate the fire zone as normal, then fill the zone with smoke markers. The smoke will remain in play for one complete game turn, i.e. from the current turn to the end of the opponent's turn. Smoke will block line of sight if a second non-smoke artillery attack fails within the effect area of the smoke screen is eliminated. Oh, that's interesting. So, well, I could fire mortar into that guy. I think what I want to do is fire smoke into front of those buildings. So I'm going to fire it as normal, but there's going to be in the open. But we're going to have deviation and stuff like that. So first of all, let's measure if I can even do it. So the furthest he can see is here, but that's fine because but then it would block these guys out in smoke and I couldn't see them. And then you can't close assault. Well, how about if I go over here? Here, but I'll get deviation. This could be interesting, everybody. So I'm going to target it here. That's true. I can fire both. What's interesting is if I center it there, I don't really want to center it over there. I want to center it here. So I might just get a big wide smoke screen that I don't really want. And where is my cotton? Where is my cotton? Where is my cotton? I think I know where my cotton is. Okay, I've got my cotton, everyone. Calm down. I've got my smoke. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to try to command those guys to fire smoke. Let's just do this one at a time. First of all, the command is 7, so 8, so he fails. So no smoke. Fantastic. I have a feeling minefields are just going to be devastating in this. Hey, what's up, Matt? I didn't think you'd be up. Who do we got? Dan? Oh, Dan's on? Oh, my gosh, man. Man, what do we got going on here? Oh, shoot, man. I invited you on here and I didn't even have you come on. What's up, man? Finally.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry you were sitting on there. I don't know how long you're there.
Oh, that's all right. It's all
But
right.
you're here.
I am.
Just looking at comments.
They don't want to see my head, though, do they? They want to see your beautiful table.
All right, well, so there he is, everybody. The Mad Kaiser himself. Modeling for advantage. So let's go solo layout. Thanks for coming on.
It's quite all right. I haven't played the city before. I played the first Blitzkrieg Commander, and it was only on your show I realized it was up to version 4.
Let's see here. So modeling. That's you said that. Modeling for advantage. You can't buy Flames of War stuff right now.
German
stuff.
Yeah.
Get some Peter Pig. Peter Pig is really good. I do like their stuff. P-Bacchus, if you don't paint the bottom, they're only halfway done. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. Yeah, they are thinner. They're a thinner set than the Battlefront stuff, the Peter Pig, but they're really good. Yeah, I mean, at my age, I can't tell the difference either from a 3 foot. So, all right, what was I looking up? I looked up Smoke. It didn't matter. I failed the command roll, so he's a goofball, so it didn't work. And I was going to look up
Smoke.
Smoke. I figured out. I got that worked out. It didn't. I stopped looking at it because the guy failed his command roll. So I was like, well, we'll worry about it later. And minefields. This could be interesting. I've never played with minefields before. So, really? The rules for minefields aren't right? What the heck? That's interesting. Minefields. Sometimes I wonder about stuff. Okay, firing modifiers, outcome, testing for casualties. All right, so here we go. Searching for the minefield rules. I think this is the best way to learn a game, live with everybody. Okay, so 57. So then I have a question for you. Field defenses, 62. Oh, come on. I'm playing into blah blah blah. Note some defense are only available to defend. What? Okay, this is I think this might be a poor layout of the rules where it describes what a minefield can do. Huh. Where in the world would that be? Oh, I bet I know where it is. Special unit. What's up?
I bet it's in the bit you're not looking at, Todd. That's where it'll be.
Oh, thank you. It's also like that. That's the same thing as it's the last place I looked. Well, of course it is. Why would you keep looking? It's not where I thought it would be. Okay. Anybody out there know the rules for minefields? Unfortunately, I'm playing a rule set that not very many people play. Although I do have 800 and what am I up to? 810 people in the group on Facebook, which is pretty cool. I'm surprised how many people are there. It's awesome. Okay, nice section for notes. We'll add for Pendraken. Fantastic. Wow. Fieldcraft, flamethrower, fierce engineer. Oh, I bet I know where it is. Okay, I know where it is. I think you're right, Kaiser. I swear I'm not looking. I got it. Everyone calm down.
Bingo.
I got it. It better not be in the scenario rules. That wouldn't be very good. So anyway, this is fun. Here, let me at least so you guys can see me flipping through the pages, because that's pretty cool too. Deployment.
Is this one of these 2x2 foot scenarios you've been?
No, this is a 4x4. It actually should be 6x4, but the 2x2 would be a nice thing to try some of this stuff. Like I don't use much, right? So assault, set up more assault scenarios so I can practice the assault routine, and just things like this. Minefields, engineers. I never use engineers, right? Flamethrowers, that sort of stuff. And you know, the cool thing about, oh, here we go, whole page on minefields, page 55. I should probably mark that somewhere. Okay, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. That's interesting. So when a player attempts to move troops to an unmarked minefield, the opposing player should move the first unit that enters the minefield back to its boundary. Oh, that's if it's marked. Okay, whatever. Okay. Hits are scored on 4+. That's pretty
lethal.
Units that fall back or retreat when they are in blah, 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 are knocked out. Whoa, units that fall back or retreat when they are in a none. Okay. Note that the command units may also test for hits when crossing minefields, and they're hit on 4+ like any other unit, but they're not going to get any saves. How many dice do I roll? Test 1. I guess and saves are reduced to 6 in all cases. No, that's pretty good. Infantry don't get saves. So are they going to still suppress and stuff? I would assume. Okay, well, that's cool. I might just roll through that minefield. I might just take a chance, see what happens. Fortune favors the bold, as they say on Modeling for Advantage. Go check out his channel. The Facebook group is Blitzkrieg Commander Fan Group. I thought I'd make the title as long as possible. It's hard to remember. Blitzkrieg Commander Fan Group. Got some newbies on there. Got some veterans. Pretty, I wouldn't say it's a really active group, but they're posting stuff, you know, 3 or 4 times a week. Pictures of new games, modeling questions, army building questions and stuff. We just get more activity going on there. Oh, that's cool. That's good. That's when you got to make progress there, Kaiser, when the kids are asleep. Okay. All right. So sorry to take a bite of my apple.
You there?
What was that?
Just put a link for your Blitzkrieg Commander group in there.
Oh, thank you.
Do something useful,
huh? It won't show up in the chat, I don't think.
It has on the YouTube, but not on the StreamYard.
Oh, it did show up on YouTube?
I think so.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Unless it gets deleted in a moment by a bot or something.
Well, hopefully. But thanks for doing that. Okay, what am I doing here? Minefields. Thing. It sucks that the smoke didn't work because those guys are going to get op fire on these guys. All right, so first I want to do this guy. I should have this guy move up here, as well as this guy. Maybe this guy can fire. He's within the sighting range, so he can fire into those buildings. I figure if I'm going to snack late at night, it should probably, first of all, I shouldn't snack late at night. Second of all, if I am, might as well make it an apple. Makes me feel good. All right, I'm going to command this unit So can I even see these guys over here? They're all average unit. With them, I cannot. These guys can see him though. But that doesn't mean they can. So I think I'll move this guy up. That guy can't do anything. He'll move up as well. It's kind of alone out here. Maybe I should swing him over here to take care of these guys. He's going to swing over here. He's going to move up here. I think these guys will just fire on these guys. Maybe up here they could fire on one of these units up here. These are already suppressed. All right, let's do that. So it's going to be no command penalties here. So it's going to be starting at an 8 to do the things I want to do. I rolled a 6, so he's good. So everyone can do everything they want to do. So let's swing. This guy's going to come in here at 7. Boop. And I think he will. You can't fire on him right now. This guy will fire into the building. He's going to fire over here to that. It's going to be really hard to hit those guys. They're in a building. It's definitely going to be a. I used to have all this stuff memorized. What it take to hit people. Well, actually, can he hit him or not? Machine gun and that. Again, for everybody on here, it's reduced because of the nighttime. Well, he can't even hit him. So we should probably, well, I guess I can fire on him. Maybe I can just eliminate that guy and not have to worry about something. So he'll fire on them. Do I deploy these troops out of this guy? He moved up. If I deploy out, the British range is 15, so they could fire on them. I think I'm going to wait on that. He'll fire on them again. And, oh yeah, he's got to move up. So, okay, he's going to move up. And he gets to move 7, I believe. And at 251.9 can move up 7 inches. And the British lost their only Piat team. Am I supposed to have Piats in all the units, the Canadians? I don't know. There's that. And he's not quite out of range. So he will fire on that unit. So the 251, I can only get 2 dice there. And 251 gets 1 dice, so I get to fire 2 because I'm within half range. I miss on both shots. And the next command is going to be get 7, but it's -6 because all these guys did initiative and hot fire. So it's a little harder to do things because they already did stuff. So they're going to roll. I need to roll a 6. I rolled a 7, so they are done. They can't do anything else. They are done for the turn. Oh, thanks, Robbie. I appreciate that. Is it time yet? Oh no, I got another 16. I got another 16 minutes before that's the case. Maybe where you're located.
What does that make you 35, Todd?
51, baby.
51?
Yes, sir.
Surely not.
Say it ain't so.
With those natural boyish good looks of yours, you could never be 51.
I know, it's hard to believe. All right, so let's fire this guy on here. And these guys will move up as close as they can move up. Ooh, I can actually move up like. I need to keep them in these guys. This is really dumb. I'm going to drive these guys over this minefield. Yeah. We'll see what happens. That's how you learn, right? All right, he's going to move. He's going to fire. And that's my overall commander. And that's my commander. I don't even really need that unit. That's just confusing me, so I'm going to get rid of him. him because that's confusing me. So, no commander. The same guy I got these 251s and all this armor from. I also got these stands here. They are they 3-color? Yeah, I think they are 3-color. Gray, flesh, and brown. Okay, so that commander is going to start at 8. So, but they're all -1 because they all did initiative. So I need to roll a 7 or less to command these guys. I would think moving through the minefield would cost an extra 1. So it's going to be. Usually if you move into dense terrain or close, I would say there's a command penalty. So I'm going to say there's a command penalty to move into that because I don't want to take the time to look it up. So I think before I do that, these guys are going to roll at 7 to move. I rolled a 7. Whew. So these guys are going to move up 7. Boom. These guys are going to move up. Oh, he's going to fire, actually. I'm going to have him fire on him. He's within, so it's the pack, it's the 3.7 centimeter pack. He's firing 1 at 15, so he's going to fire 1 shot hitting on 6. He does not, of course. Now that these guys are closer, I'm going to have him move up. Those guys are going to move up to the minefield. That's going to cost 1, so now it'll be a 6. Did this guy do anything? I don't think I did anything with that guy. Shoot. Okay. Oh, 2 1s. That means everyone gets to do 2 commands. So that's fantastic. So I get to do 2 things. The one thing I said, and then an extra one, a free one. A command bonus. If I roll 2 6s.
Assault.
What's that?
Assault, Todd. You've got those half tracks. Get him.
I'm going. So, but first, I have to go through a minefield. So I'm going to hit on a 4+. I hit with a 6, so he definitely hits. And now he rolls a save of 6. He does not save, of course. So, how many hits do the 251s get? They get 3 hits. So they take a hit, and I'm going to say he does not suppress. So that's good. So now the question is, do I get to move? It's a linear obstacle, so he probably has to stop there. It's kind of confusing. This is the kind of thing that's kind of confusing. Like, okay, well, how does assault work? How does that all work? How do the mechanics work on that? Now, what do passengers do? So they're still in there. This guy's going to come up. Oh, yeah, so how far back was he? So he was able to get to there. He didn't stop because it didn't stop him. So, and then I could deploy. So, so they're going to actually deploy right into close assault. I don't know if that's the rule, but that's what I'm claiming it now, so we don't stop and slow down the game. So some of these Battlefront minis are metal and some of them are plastics, and boy, I sure like the heft of metal. I'm just going to say it. I like the heft of metal, okay? I'm not ashamed of that. All right, the second AFV goes in here. He is going to get hit, of course. Does he save? He does not save it. Does he suppress? He does not suppress, so he moves on. He does take a hit, though. Well, those aren't very deadly. I gotta brush up on those rules. I guess I don't want them deadly right now. I'm trying to make something happen here. Ooh, actually, I don't know if they have enough space to, well, they can. Okay, so he's going to move here. He's going to move here. So now I get some op fire here. I get a couple op fires. One, I get to op fire when these guys dismount here. And a lovely Sarissa precision building here. Awesome. Love it. Love it. All right. So what's the range of these the Canadians? Infantry team, infantry platoon can fire at 15. So he can hit these guys. So he's going to fire on the Vickers. I'm sorry, he's going to fire at the MG42. He's going to fire, here he's not within half. He is going to fire 4 dice out in the open. This could be bad. Hitting on 4s. Oh, geez. He took 3 hits. He doesn't get to saving him. He will. Oh, barely. He does suppress, but he takes 3 hits. That's pretty brutal. Yikes. So the German, German machine gun. They're a small, 5 hits. Whew. And he took 3. That's not good. Okay. And now these guys are going to go up here. So now they're close assaulting. So now I need to kind of read through the assaulting. I think there's going to be some op fire by the supporting teams that are within 10 of it. So that's, that's huge. The Vickers is not within 10, so they cannot support it.
So, Tom, while you're over there, for those of us like me who came here a bit later, can you just point out where the British units are? Because they're not that clear.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I can probably tilt that up since there's no action happening here on the bottom of the screen. Okay, so real quick, the game started out with a squad here and a Pia team here, but the Germans all came on this side, so they kind of came over this direction.
Mm-hmm.
The Canadians only have 1 squad protecting all of this, plus a Vickers, a sniper, and a forward observer. So it's very light.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Anyway, I took it from a battle group scenario, and I would probably want to, this is the first time playing this scenario. It looks like I would probably need to make some adjustments as far as probably give the Canadians a little bit more or the Germans a little bit less, maybe. But we'll see how it goes. I feel like I'm doing some things wrong. I feel like it's been a little too easy for the Germans, honestly. So they're in here. So the Vickers is here. The sniper's here. The forward observer and the squad is in here, and the overall commander is up here.
Right.
The other commander is over here for the squads, and one of the squads is moving over this way.
Is the Piat team gone, did you say?
Yeah, the Piat team died. First turn.
Oh, boo.
Opportunity fire from the 251. The Pia was going to hit. So, what was I doing? Yeah, these guys. Oh, the assault rules. Okay. This I just have to double check. They do get some opportunity fire. Now, do they get opportunity fire on everyone? I don't like that. If that's the case, it's pretty easy. But let's see. Close assault, blah blah blah. Support. Opportunity fire. Units under assault and any units within 10 of unit may open fire at assaulting and supporting units. However, no unit may use opportunity fire whilst making an assault. To respond to an assault, units must be unsuppressed and they must be able to see the assaulting unit at the time they fire, which can be at any point during the resolve the firing before moving on the next unit. Troops suppressed during an assault move may remain at the point where they come under fire, or they may continue the assault but will be at a disadvantage during the assault. So I'd want to fire on them before they actually got to them. See the diagram on front, flank, and rear. So they would actually be attacking at the flank, I think, both units here. So I couldn't have moved that guy kind of to the front, so they'd both be attacking like this. So the question is, so this guy could opportunity fire on one of these guys. So he would fire on this guy coming up as he's moving up. He would fire probably 5 dice. That's a lot. So basically what's happening is here, the Germans say, I'm moving up, I'm going to dismount. But as they do that, they're going to, and I don't know if you can do this, but I'm just going to say you can for now. But as they dismount, they're going to dismount into assault, which I think would be something you could do, right? That's part of the advantage of having half tracks. So they're going to dismount. You can dismount within 5 inches of the half track. So as they move up, they're going to say they're assaulting this guy. Anybody within 10 inches of them can support it with op fire. So these guys see it happening. They op fire. The British infantry team gets 4 dice within 15 inches. They are within that, so that is good. They're going to fire 4. They get 5 because they're actually firing into the flank of that unit. And they're hitting on 4s. They got only 2 hits out of 5 dice, no saves. So what I'm looking for now is a 4 on these 2 dice where they got hits. If I get it, they suppress. They do suppress. So what happens to them? They usually have to stop where they are. The troops suppressed during assault move may remain at the point where they came under fire, or they may continue the assault, but will be at a disadvantage at the assault. I might as well continue on. The Canadians that I'm attacking are also suppressed. So now I do not think this counts as opportunity fire. What I'm not clear on is, can these guys do that yet again? Because these guys are going to jump in here and support it. Normally you can op fire only once, but I'm not clear if they count that. If you can keep firing at everybody walking in, let's see here. So they're going to actually get support from that. So that's good. You may open fire at assaulting and supporting units. However, no unit may use opportunity fire. I don't really understand that. However, no unit may make opportunity fire. Okay, well, they may continue the assault, but will be at a disadvantage during the assault. I'm going to have to write a question to the Pendraken group there, the Blitzkrieg group, to see if they get to continue firing. So here we are in assault. I need to bring my rules over here instead of walking back and forth. Someday I'll learn. Okay, so they made contact. Basically, we're going to look at the number of dice they get and all that. It's really not that hard. Just haven't done it much. So let's move this over here. And I would like to do a set of videos where we kind of go over all these topics, right? Kind of like my second or third best viewed video is a 30-minute Blitzkrieg commander walkthrough. I would just kind of walk through one turn. I got like 7,000 views on it or something crazy. I don't even know why I got. There's not that many people that play this game. I don't understand it. But
I don't think there's a lot of coverage of it either, though, Todd.
Oh no, there isn't. No, I mean, I've encouraged people on the fan group like, hey, start making videos. I'm the only one. Curtis from Fritz's. Oh man, he's got so many names I never remember. GM's Alco. He has some,
right?
And I think we're it. So while it's cool being, a unique game on here, I would like more. I think it would just be better for the game if there's more coverage. There's some guys doing some cool write-ups and blogs and stuff, which is cool. But okay, so assault. So resolution. So the Germans get.
You got McMurray in here now, Todd.
Hey, what's up, McMurray? He's working, protecting us all. So otherwise he'd jump on. See you, Paul. Yard work, yeah, definitely get that yard work done. Kind of productive. See you, man. Yeah, it's getting late here. Hey, thanks for the 26th birthday thing, Paul. Al, Red Sox fan, what's up, man? It's been a while since we've talked. Thank you for the birthday greeting. Is it time yet? It is now. The day. April 11th. think I was born around 7:00 p.m., so it's still not my birthday, but let's not get crazy. That was 51 years ago. Who cares? Okay. All right, so the Germans get 5 dice attacking. Okay, I need to bring everything over here. Come on over, everybody. Guess I need to move all my stuff over here now that it's happening over here. Okay, so they get 5 dice from close assault. So I think that guy's going to be minus 1d6 for assault. So he's suppressed. So actually, I could have kept him over here. This guy surpassed him and moved up here. So there you go. All right, so now I get 1d6 per unit assaulting the enemy. So I get 2 because there's 2. No, actually 1. And then there's 1 for supporting. Oh, that's funny. So he's supporting it. But then it's minus 1 because he's suppressed. So he's of no value to me. Thank you very much. And he is contacting him on the flank. So that's another 1d6. All right, so now I'm going to roll. And I'm going to hit on 5s or 6s. 1, 2. Oh, come on. 2 hits out of all that? Come on. Do I still get to save out of that? I hope not. Do I still save? Okay, and so then this guy, so what do the Canadians get? Canadians get 4 dice. The Germans got 2 hits. You remember that. Canadians get 4 dice, minus 1 because they're suppressed.
Was there something about fighting at a disadvantage because of opportunity fire you mentioned earlier?
Yeah. So the Germans got suppressed. So he had to take a dice away from his, but he's only in support because he's not actually in contact.
Right.
So it kind of balanced out. If he was attacking, it would just be minus 1 die. The Canadians are getting attacked on their flank, so instead of having 4 dice, it's down to 3 because they're getting attacked on the flank, and minus another one because they're suppressed. So now they've only got 2 dice. However, they do have this unit to support them, so back up to 3 dice. And these guys are in the open, so they get and they're going to be hitting on 4s because they're out in the open. And they also got 2 hits. So both sides got 2 hits. Okay, hits for either side are allocated against a single unit as follows. And if there is an enemy unit in contact with the front base edge of your unit, that unit will take all the hits. So the front guy's going to take the 2 hits. So you do get to roll saves. Well, this sucks for the Germans because this guy gets to save on a 5 or 6, his 2 hits. He saves 1 of them, so he takes 1 hit. So he's now down to 4. He's now got 4 hits. He has a total of 6 available to him. This guy doesn't get any saves, so he's hit twice. Question is, do you roll for suppression? That'll make a big difference. All the roll saves are applicable. Any units with hits equal to or greater than their hits value are removed from the game. Okay, yeah. Do not roll for suppression. Outcome. If both so they're equal. So now this guy, they're going to become suppressed and retreat 1/2 move directly away from the enemy unit. So, all right, so they're going to move, the Germans are going to move backward. I don't know if that even means the support. That means all units are within enemy and all units support the assault. Okay, so this is easy. It's really pretty easy, actually. I just never get my troops up far enough to assault, usually. So infantry moves what right now? They move 3 inches. Oh, that's weird. I should take that into account. So they're only gonna move slightly back, just 1.5 inches. So boom, it's getting crowded here. Move straight back, move straight back. Everyone's suppressed, depressed. And that is that, I think. Because they took more hits than the British or the Canadians, they took 2, they took 1, they lose the contact, so they're back. If they were equal, they would fight another round of close assault. If like this, they move back, and if they were double the more hits, but it doesn't count when it's just 1. Yeah, so double doesn't count. It starts to count at 3. So 2 to 1 doesn't count as half in this case. So they're all back, and these guys could consolidate, which means they could take the land, but they don't want to do that. They want to stay in their little foxhole. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't remember being that easy, so that's nice. Nice when the routines are easy. It's getting very messy over here. I should probably come up with, so back when I first got these rules 7 years ago or something, I made a bunch of counters just out of some thick cardstock for suppressed and some of the other things that you have to do here. But pretty easy to make, but I should probably spend some time modeling like a little something that indicates suppression, right? It looks better on the field. And I usually use dice to count losses, but I use this historique counters here with grass. I could probably decorate the stands a little bit more. So it's still a counter on the field, but it does get a little messy with counters. That's one thing about it. I'm always like, Okay, so that happened. That was a lot there. So these guys could still do something. These guys can't do anything because they're now suppressed. Everyone's suppressed here. These guys could now fire on them. So let's command them again. Let's see what we can do. But now they're more than 20 inches away, I think. So I'm going to move all this stuff over here because all the action's happening over here. So I don't have to walk in front of you all. And so now it's going to be, they're going to be on a 5 command value, but I think they are now just at 20 inches. So there's not going to be a penalty for being too far away. So now they need to roll a 5. Oh, did I ever do my 2? I got 2 rolls. They were able to do 2 things. I forgot that. Do these guys have that? What's that?
They are, yes.
That's right. They got to do 2 things. So this was one thing here. These guys never did their second thing. I think they did fire, but they could move it. They could do their thing now. So I think this guy will fire, and this guy will move up. But I remember that. So these guys could actually fire on him, or they could fire into the building. They're going to fire into this building, I think, if they have the range. This night rules really make it quite limiting here. Ones are 10, so they cannot fire on them. Maybe they should just move up here. So they'll move. The British really need Piats. That's something they definitely need. Each team needs Piats on there because they have no anti-tank capability. Except for the one Piat team. And I'd have to look at the battle group. So that's definitely one thing I'd change the scenario on. Who did I say I'm going to move up? These guys are going to move up. And this guy's going to fire. So move up 7. And then he's going to fire into these guys. 7.5. He's going to fire 3. 7.5. Fire at 3. 3 dice hitting on 6s. Boo, all my 6s have stopped showing up. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to roll for command 5. Not going to work. 11. Whew, 1 away from a blunder. You roll 2 6s, you get a blunder. All right, so not a blunder, a blunder. Is that it? I think that's it. They're all done. All right, so then now your command and all that moves up. So the command for these guys are going to move up. How much do they get to move up in this world of smaller turns? 10. This guy gets to move up 20. I'll just move him up here, kind of in the middle of his teams here. And the FAO will move up, so his vision's better. So boom. All right, so the suppression comes off the German. The initiative ones come off. They've done that. So suppression automatically comes off at the end of your turn. So all these guys that were suppressed, it comes off. The British suppression will not come off till the end of their turn. The initiative comes off. Got a lot of hits floating around here, though. These guys are so 2 turns and they're still in their foxhole. So that's pretty good.
So can you rally the hits off the units if you take that command action?
Not by rules as written. There has been a fan that has made a little house rule. So normally, Kaiser, all the hits come off. On Blitzkrieg Commander, standard rules, all the hits come off every unit at the end of their turn. So at the end of these German turns, these 2 hits, 1 hit, they all come off.
Right.
So because remember this was normally designed as a platoon level.
It's a platoon base. Right.
Yeah, so these should be a platoon, not a squad. So it's kind of like, oh, I can kind of see that. And some people like swear by it because it teaches you to concentrate your fire and really, it's just really like knocking guys out of buildings or foxholes. Yeah. I mean, it's impossible, really, because it's already hard enough to get hits on them. And then you take them all off at the end of the turn. I've always played with keeping the hits on. It's just the way I prefer it. It seems I like the wear down of the units. I mean, it's only it doesn't affect their shooting, so it's not like at 4 hits they're less fire, but it is getting you close. Like you don't want to lose a unit because it counts towards your break point. So you start to get I start to get conservative with guys that start like I might even back them off, right? So they don't. But I kind of having them here actually kind of helps to a degree, especially if the Germans can keep up suppressing them. But anyway, so there's a house rule guy made that maybe you can have a way to rally some hits off. You always keep 1 hit, right? So this guy's got 4. Maybe you roll a die, and that's just one of the commander's actions. Instead of a move or shoot, a rally roll. I like that. I'm going to try it on a simpler game, just to see what it feels like.
So I guess if those is the scenario from Blitzkrieg Commander as well?
No, it's from Battle Group.
Right.
So, and I didn't make any changes in stuff, and which sometimes you really need to do because Battle Group's definitely a different game than Blitzkrieg. So, but I did not do that.
I'm just thinking about the fact that your bases are a squad or half squads rather than platoons. That's intended. That's how Battle Group works, is it?
So Battle Group. Battle Group. Each model's a man.
Yeah.
But they're usually in teams. So yes, your unit is a team.
Yeah.
So your squads are so this is a Flames of War stand. This would be a 1 squad right here because people do play with the multi-base Flames of War stands, and you just mark your casualties off, right?
Yeah.
So, and the only time I played Battle Group, I can't remember. I've had individual stands of 15 mil. I think I've used some multiple stands and I just marked them off. But I think for the most part, I had individual like on like the equivalent of penny size type of stuff.
So are there victory conditions for this scenario?
Yeah, you got to take this building here.
Otherwise, the British win.
Correct.
Right. Okay. It seems very hard for the Germans to lose this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, like, the British definitely need Piets in each team, in each squad, because they got to take out these. Because rules is written, there's no way for these guys to even shoot these. They can't even pin the 251s. So you need Piets there. I'm going to kind of read into that. I might be missing something, but there's no anti-tank value. These guys have a save value, so they're light skinned, but they have armor, right? So. But if it was a Jeep, can a squad fire in the Jeep and knock it out? I would think they could in real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't used Jeeps before, so I need to kind of see how that works. So anyway, I don't know if that answers your question, but this seems pretty pretty overwhelming. And now the British can't really use their 105 millimeter because you're going to fire. You're going to be landing on yourself at this point.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point where the Germans can't use their 81 millimeters because you're gonna hit your guys too. So
yeah.
So their artillery is kind of rendered useless. Normally, the area of effect of because again, remember you're playing at platoon level.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battery of whatever you're firing, so it's usually the box is 20 centimeters. No, is that right? Yeah. It's a 20 centimeter box or circle.
In Blitzkrieg Commander, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I've reduced it to 10 inches here since I'm playing in inches, because 20 inches would be this big.
Yeah. And from one mortar, that feels very generous.
Yeah, right. And even 10 inches. But I mean, if you were firing this close, but you wouldn't call in your 105s here. I mean, it's like, what? That's not even going to happen. So,
no.
Unless the British were like, we got to hold them off. But the British could actually fire the 105s out here. But the deviation at night is crazy. But I may do it anyway just to see how it works. Because again, what's the point of playing if you don't play some crazy stuff? All right, it's British turn. It's Canadian turn. What can the Canadians do to these boys? Unfortunately, this guy's suppressed. I think I can close assault this 251. Problem is he's going to get op fire on him. He's probably going to pin him because they're out in the open. You hit on 4s. But again, you got to try. All right, let's get going here, people. We got the Canadians need to. Yeah, this is not going to. You just know it's not going to happen, but it's a good test of the rules. All right, so can they even. Well, they can't even hit him, so they're going to have to move up. Get within their flank. Oh, I could stay within. Oh, I could actually go around them. Yeah, screw that. And they only move how far? And the movement at night is crazy. So 5. Ah, heck, just move to the front. So I got a command in 8. He is good. This guy's definitely going to fire on those guys. And so I think that's it. 8. And I got to figure out. Oh, whoa. Hold on. I skipped a step here. There's something called the initiative phase. So any unit within your initiative range, the Canadians are 20 and the Germans are 25. I just will keep it vague like that because it's usually centimeters, but I'm using inches. So this allows them, so this unit in here who supported this close assault, he can fire because there are units within 20 centimeters of him, so he can fire on any of these guys here within 20 centimeters or 20 inches. And you take no effect. So I could even move them. I could move them out. They don't take any op fire. It's just the initiative of the troops taking the initiative to make something happen here. I actually think I am going to fire on. Wait, what's the range of the 15? The Canadians also have a night fighting ability, so they're better. So their ranges are only halved. He's going to fire at this MG42 here, and he's going to fire at 4 dice, and he's needing force. And he got 1 hit out of that. That's bull crap. But the machine gun is suppressed, so now he will be suppressed until the end of his turn. The next German turn, and he takes the 4th hit. And he only gets 5 hits. This guy did take initiative, so his command value. So it's going to be harder to command him because he took this initiative move. So that means he's kind of occupied with something, doing something else. The Vickers up here can finally maybe fire, which would be nice. The Vickers has got a range of 30 at night. So by firing these guys, you'll get to add an extra die, or I can try to take out he's suppressed, he can't do anything. So I'm going to fire on this guy. I'm going to fire on this guy here. So because he's within half range, he gets to add a die. So the Vickers fires how many dice? So the stats for these guys are Vickers is 3 dice at 30 inches. If he's within half of that, he has a 4th dice. If he's on the flank, he has a 5th die. I'm hitting on 4s because we're in the open. I got 3 hits. No saves for, unlike Flames of War, there's no saves for infantry unless they're in some sort of cover. So he took 3 hits, and he suppresses if he rolls the same number it takes to hit him, which was a 4. Oh, he doesn't suppress, but he is up to 5 hits out of 6, so he is close to being done. The initiative there, so it's going to cost to command him. And now I need to figure out this sniper. Never used a sniper before. Fire once during initiative or op fire. No penalty. You can shoot any target. Normally you can't shoot commanders, but I think you can shoot commanders here with a sniper. May target any unit and treats as though they are in the open. But they get 1 shot. So sniper, actually they might get 2 shots if they're within their range. 25. So I felt like it automatically, maybe not. Okay. Well, if I shoot a commander, I can suppress them, and then they couldn't command the units in the turn. So that'd be pretty big. But I think what I want to do is try to shoot this guy that's almost out. So what is his range? Is he within 12.5? My sniper's there. He is within 12.5. So that's a 2 dice hitting on 4s. 1 hit. So that's going to be it. He's out because he can't save it. So the sniper got his earned his paycheck. And he also fired initiative, so I don't think he can do anything. Once during initiative or outfire. They were pretty limited. I've never used them before. This new in this rule set. And that's pretty cool. So, all right, what else can they do? Can this guy... You can't see him. So here's the thing I could do. I could move this guy up, and the range of my infantry is 15. So I could fire. No, I can't fire on him. But I could move up to here, and then close assault. Actually, could I move? I can see. You have to be in their flank to attack on their flank. So the question is, can I get into their flank with 5 inches of movement? I can't. Because if you move to their flank, then so I can't start here and then flank around here and say I'm close assaulting to the flank because you can't run around like that. Either way, they're going to get op fire. So might as well move them up. They move up, and you have to be 5 inches away. So there you go. I don't really know what good that does me. Does it cost a penalty command value to close assault? I think it does. So there's penalties to combat values, like if you're moving into rough terrain, if you're close assaulting, command phase modifiers. It was -2 if your command unit is suppressed. Yeah, that's interesting. If ordering to assault out of high area terrain, if any unit, okay, all right. Dense terrain, non-dummy minefields or smoke. Okay, so yeah, it was -2 to go through that thing. I got that right. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, so I need to move him up because he needs to be within 5 inches. So that's good, but it is going to be a penalty to do that move. So every time I play this game, guys, I like this game. It's like, why do I even try others?
Well, you like to blend rules from different systems together as well, though, don't you?
Sometimes. Yeah, I mean, sometimes. but yeah, sometimes, but not too often. I mean, it's an interesting. Just I keep going back to that. It's like I was telling you earlier. I think before you were on, I was just like, Flames of War, Battle Group, whatever. I see people playing games. I'm like, maybe I should play that game. And then I try it, and then I go back to Blitzkrieg, and I love this game. So why do I even?
Why do you play others?
Well, I mean, but I always would be careful of saying that, right? Because I think it's important to, try other stuff because you never know, right? What might capture your attention or something. But like this game, I originally set this up to play Battle Group, but then as I got ready to kind of refresh myself on the rules, I just don't care. I don't really want to play it. So I was like, well, let me try Blitzkrieg Commander, and here I am, loving it. I love everything about it. It's like it's been the rule set for a long time.
And you've got a mountain of those. You got loads of those Battle Group supplements, haven't you?
What's that?
You got loads of those Battle Group supplements.
Ask McMurray. He actually has my Battle Group. He has my Battle Group stuff right now.
You have a big stack of Battle Group books?
I did. I gave them to McMurray. So, because he had just played it and really liked it, and I was like, well, here, try it. And if I want to play again, I know where the rules are. We do that stuff all the time over here. Like, I'll give him those books. He's given me 2 Flames of War cases, the older style with the foam. He gave me some 70s. I mean, we give each other, all of us kind of just make those exchanges with Matt and all those guys. Like, oh, do you want those? Sure, I'll take those. And you want those? I don't know. So it's kind of a nice,
move things around a bit.
So I don't have the Battle Group. But one thing I do like, Kaiser, is I do like all those books because they're just really cool getting them, like Battle Group, Flames of War. I don't have any version 4, all the bolt action books, because there's some neat history and some neat ideas and stuff in there. Some of them have cool scenarios. So that part I do like about this. That's one thing I wish Blitzkrieg Commander had. But then people complain about that too, right? Like, oh, there's too many books. Blitzkrieg Commander, you don't need any books. You got it all in one book.
Yeah.
You got to make up your own scenarios. You got to make up your. You got to make up your own scenarios. You got to make up your own special unit stuff if you want special unit rules and stuff. But that's where I'd blend it. Like if I'm reading a Flames of War thing and they said, I don't know, the 12th whatever Highland whatever had this special rule. I'm like, well, what could I convert over to Blitzkrieg Commander to use it? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you? Would you say that you'd be more of a mini rules, fewer plays of mini rules, or would you be a fewer rules, more plays of those rules guy?
I like speed in my games. I mean, I like to have some kind of narrative in my game in terms of, so like with bolt action, if you play an out of the book army, you end up with a KV tank, a Katushka rocket truck, and 20 guys. And I don't like that kind of game because that's just so far removed from the actual history you're trying to recreate. But the mechanics in bolt action, which are really simple and really familiar, I like that a lot.
Right. Well, I do too. Bolt action is another game that in that scale, I really like. I mean, so, because you can't really do that level in Blitzkrieg Commander where you have just a platoon going to another platoon and each guy's each guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started to go down the road of adapting it, and I'm like, I don't want to mess with that. There's good ones out there.
Yeah. A thing that we're working on at the moment actually is what we're calling bolter action on 1940K. We're going to play some Warhammer games, but we're going to play it with bolt action rules. And if both sides are just Space Marines, just for a laugh, it's nothing serious. See how much faster Warhammer and how much more playable it could be if it didn't have all of that faff and bloat in its rule system. Because that's for me, there's definitely a line that you cross at some point where the rules are so complex they're just bloated. If you have to look up the close assault rules in a game, you have to do that in any game just about that I've ever played, or I don't know, the falling back under fire. There are rules that you need to look up because you don't use them very often. But some games you need to look up every rule for every unit, and every model's got different stats, and that I can't stand that because it just destroys the flow of the game and my enjoyment of it.
Right. So how are you guys going to stat that out?
Well, the great thing about bolt action is everybody's the same.
So you're, I don't know 40K well enough at all. So are you going to
No, but you know, so in bolt action, when you shoot somebody, he dies on a 4-up, right?
Okay.
So maybe we're gonna say Space Marines die on a 5-up, but fundamentally, as long as both sides are the same, you don't need all of that complexity.
But are you gonna? How are you gonna? I mean, you have like certain weapons, like you have machine guns versus carbine or whatever.
Well, again, so if you're all Space Marines and if you're playing it, no one's playing it looking to get an advantage over one another. These days, we tend to, a bit like you do with scenarios, we talk about the games beforehand so that the armies that we bring should actually give us a decent game and an interesting one, rather than I'm going to build my army list privately and I'm going to crush you next time I see you.
Yeah.
Which is the problem with list building, is that you win the game before you actually roll any dice or put any models on the table.
Right. I just don't know a different kind of equipment that you can have in Warhammer. So like there's chain whatevers and
yeah, but it's all just different flavors of rifles and machine guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
A rocket launcher is a bazooka. The heavy bolter is a light machine gun.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Things like that, heavy bolters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't need to create any new rules. You just map it straight across.
And the rhinos or whatever they're called, all that stuff, you just kind of give them some tank stats. And
yeah, exactly.
That'd be cool. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think people will do that. They use their 40K stuff, adapting rules. So that'd be cool. Are you going to film it, or is this going to be between you guys?
I know we're going to film, but because we can't play games at the moment, we get to do so much more planning and painting than we do playing, because we're still in lockdown over here.
Yeah, you're still pretty locked down. Okay, we're definitely we're getting well, especially where I live. We've been pretty loose and fancy free for a long time anyway. But now people are getting vaccinated pretty. Like my son, my 18-year-old daughter just went there today. Just went some open clinic, stood in line for an hour and got it. Like our first one.
At 19 years old?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, 18. 18,
right.
So, yeah, April 9th was the day they opened it up to all.
Right, you can just turn up.
Yep, they just turned up. And like I said, I waited an hour. I go from my wife and I both go at separate locations for our second ones on the 14th, Wednesday.
Right.
And so at that point, 3/4 of us will be fully, and she'll be fully vaccinated. Kid at like probably May 10th.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of opening up a little. So people are kind of getting a little bit more chill now. There's some variant stuff going on. Like Michigan's like really up.
Yeah.
We're seeing some things, but you're seeing the curves in the people who haven't been vaccinated yet. So like 50s and younger are seeing some more cases, but we've not been vaccinated yet, right?
Mm.
The 80-year-olds they're still going down. I mean, this is really rough looking. I'm not like speaking for the CDC or anybody, so don't take anything.
No. We've got a similar pattern over here, saying the number of cases is going down slowly, but the number of deaths and the number of serious hospitalizations is down to very, very small numbers, because the vulnerable have all been vaccinated now.
Yeah. Are you there yet, or are you?
I've had my first jab. Yeah.
Okay.
Had my first.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people in schools. Do you work for a school or a library?
I'm a school librarian.
Yeah. Did you guys get any special compensation for that?
No. But I have a a condition, nothing major, Nothing that made me require to shield or anything like that. But it seemed once they got to a certain point, just the doctors were just vaccinating anybody who had an ongoing condition of any type.
Right. Yeah. Same here. Yeah.
It's like I had a family member who has an ongoing condition. It's like I can't remember which one it is. The diabetes you have for being fat. It's like, okay, if that's the kind of condition we're talking about here, it's covering a lot of people.
Yeah. This will be. So, what's it looking like for you guys opening up? You can get back together.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between what's legal and what's safe and sensible, isn't it? Because this is a second job for us, we can legally do it, but that doesn't mean it was a sensible thing to do.
Yeah.
I work in a school in London, and I get a commuter train to work every day. It's like I'm like Typhus Mary, me, in terms of the chance of picking something up and spreading it everywhere. So it's like I should not be socializing or interacting with anybody that I don't have to.
Gotcha.
I get so much exposure, and when I'm in work at the moment, I'm doing a lot of one-to-one and small group reading for kids that I work in a high school, and some kids in high school still can't read. You can't do that from 2 meters away, helping a kid to read.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's just one of those areas that you can have all the risk assessments in the world, but I can't listen to a kid reading that's wearing a mask, and I can't do it from 2 meters away either. So it's I tended to stay away from people as much as possible after that, because thinking I'm probably one of these super carrier people.
Right.
The job requires it.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so Paul Beckus is back. You're telling me you're done with your yard work already, Paul? I mean, let me look when you left that note. 11:53. It's now 12:30. You did your yard work in 7:43 minutes. You got a tiny yard. You do have a relatively. I've seen the picture of one of your yards. Come on, man. That wasn't bad. It's pretty good. Welcome back, Paul. We're glad to have you. Okay, what was I doing here? British. What do you think? I think I'm going to give the British Piats per team. Come on, that's ridiculous. They need Piats, right? They didn't attack too much. What do you think? Let's do it.
I was thinking about this, Todd. I think that no matter what you do in this game, it ultimately comes down to half a dozen German squads getting out of half tracks and having to assault British infantry in a building. And that still seems actually really hard, the way that the assault rules work. Yeah,
and the cover they get.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many they shoot up outside. If they've got to get in German infantry in those buildings, that's all that matters. And they probably still can't do that because they don't have anything to make that work very well, do they?
Well, I mean, not really. They do have the mortars they could drop on, and they got these 75 277.5s. They could just start blasting away here, and there's no response the British can do. So they can just sit here and just blast with no response from the British. I think eventually it would take. Well, it's going to be hard to hit them. That's 4 weapons. Plus, if you start dropping mortars on them, it's just a matter of kind of the odds, right?
Paul says it's raining, by the way, so he's got his excuse for not doing the yard work.
Don't you hate that when it rains, when you really should be doing yard work? You're like, well,
not really.
I really need to go inside and paint some models. All right, so I won't give them Piats then. I won't do that. I'll just do it the next time. All right, initiative. These guys are going to assault there. That's going to be a -1 and a -2, so they're going to have to roll a 6 or less to assault that. These guys, I'll just want to lay waste and fire on these guys. So I think I will. So you can command them all separately. You don't have to command them all at once. But if I fail, so to command these guys will be 7. But if I fail it, I can't command anybody. So they're going to command at 7. I'm going to do that. I don't really do that very often. 3. Okay, so machine gun, the squad on that guy. Vickers will be on that guy. These guys can't fire. They are suppressed. And again, the infantry team will fire with 4 dice, hitting on 4s. All I need is one more hit. If I get 1 4, they're gone. Oh, I just got a 1, 2, 3, and a 6. So I barely got it, but I did. That is another German team knocked out. The MG42, and he's fired, so he's good. And then the Vickers will fire on that guy. And so that's going to be Vickers. It's the hard thing when you're playing both sides, remembering everything. 3 dice. But I don't think I am within half at this point. I am 4 dice, sitting on 4s. Oh man, 1 hit. So now I got 1 hit, no saves, but if I roll a 4 again, so he's not suppressed. He just took a hit and is not suppressed. All right, so they fired, they did that. And the question I have about Sniper Team, can he fire, or is he only, if he does something in initiative, he can't do anything during the turn? I need to read that real quick. 79. 79 sniper. Lots of rules for snipers. Special agent counts command. Snipers deployed. Snipers move as command. That may be issued without. Oh, they have to be ordered by the CEO. They only fire once during the initiative phase of the turn, or may use opportunity fire. If the sniper fires during the initiative phase, then no command modifier applies during the command phase. So really, that rule does not read well to me.
That sounds like he can shoot again later, and he doesn't have the penalty for having acted.
It does act like that, but it's interesting because. Oh, okay, I get it. Yep. So what they're saying is, if I fired opportunity fire, I couldn't do anything in the initiative phase my next turn. That's normal. That's like for everybody. So that's interesting that they kind of phrase it that way. So he can get command, so I can use him again, but only the CEO can command him. So right now, you command with all your lower level units, and then your overall commander rolls their command. You don't have to do it in that order, but if the overall commander fails, no one else can order. So you want to use them.
You do him last. Yeah. I think that was in the first edition.
Yeah, I think that's one of those rules that's persisted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now everyone's 6, so now I'm going to command everybody to do something. They're going to assault. 8. They can't do anything. They're done. And now I'm going to command my... I think that Vickers actually is a CEO guy, but that's fine. Sniper, so who do I want to fire on? So the question is, could a sniper fire into a 251? I mean, it's open top, right? So you kind of think thematically he could, but I don't want to get crazy here. Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. I don't remember who I fired on, but they do not cause hits. I thought I read this. They do not cause hits when they fire out a unit, but do cause suppression and fallback as normal. All right, so I'll just take that hit off of him. I don't remember who he fired on. I think he might have fired on that unit, but whatever. Which is, that makes the snipers not as powerful. So let me, okay. So I don't think I can fire into an open top vehicle. Okay. Command, but I still want to fire into somebody, so now let's fire into that guy. So it's going to be 2 dice, firing, hitting on 4s. And I got 2 2s, so I didn't roll for command. Command value is 9 for the overall commander. Oh, and I rolled a... Okay, I failed. So take all the initiative off. That's the British turn. And turn 3. What time is it? Okay, turn 3. So are you up for the day? You're going?
No, I was actually still. I was just sort of finishing off. I'd been working late on some modeling, and then you said, come on. And I thought, well, I've not spoken to you for ages. I should do that. But no, I was going to go back to bed. I thought you might be finishing soon.
Yeah. Homebrew, platoon, or company version of BKC. P-Back this is technically a company level because, let me think, is that right? Because, yeah, you could play company level in this because each stands as a squad. And what's weird about Blitzkrieg Commander, at least in version 2, 3, and 4, is they say each stands as a platoon or a squad. You can do either one, but they don't change any of the distance. I mean, nothing changes. It's just kind of like, because it's kind of abstracted, so it's like you can do whatever you want. It's just at that lower level, like you were saying, Paul, they don't have like teams like anti-tank teams or the smaller 50 millimeter mortars and something, because those are abstracted into the squad stands. So like the British have a little bit more firepower at 30 centimeters normally, because they're simulating that mortars are there supporting them, right? And when you get closer, you get another dice shooting because now you're the effectiveness of the weapon. So you kind of roll that in there. So it's kind of weird. That's why I threw in this Piat team to try out, because I'm like, well, so it kind of has that. But what I was just telling Paul, I think you might have got when we were talking, Kaiser and I were talking about it. I was trying to noodle together some stats for platoon level, but then I was like, it was a lot of work, right? Trying to think about, okay, what would you do with the mortar? And I was like, yeah, forget it. I'll just play bolt action. But you could. I mean, I don't know why you couldn't work out some of the. I just feel like there need to be some differences to make it seem. I mean, I don't know. I guess you could do it. I mean, why did I think you couldn't use the stats? Oh, well, it's because so, a platoon or squad has 4 shots at 15 centimeters or 15 inches or whatever. Well, you can't just easily convert that and say each guy gets 4 shots. You'd be rolling a ton of dice then.
And presumably the Blitzkrieg Commander infantry platoon has got anti-tank values, because there's an assumption that there's a Piat in there.
No, you don't. You have to add it. I mean, so you can add it. So, like, yeah, and what you do is you just add it, and it just becomes a stat that you add on to it, a bazooka or a whatever.
But you don't have bazooka teams wandering around on their own in Blitzkrieg Commander, or do you?
You do not.
No.
So what usually happens, that's why I said I added one just to test it out and see, and then they died immediately. But they blame the commander, not the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's why it's like when I said, well, I mean, I'll just add Piats to all the, and basically what that would mean is you just add a line, and the only stat is, in this case, it would be 4. You'd roll 4 dice at a tank unit, and and then they have to make their save. So they have that, but when he talks about going down to the platoon level, yeah, then you'd have to kind of work out like, okay, well, how does that work? How are you gonna, if the stats are normally 4 dice, I mean, I guess you could do that, but for a squad of guys, you're rolling 40 dice or something. Now you're playing Warhammer.
Yeah.
I mean, which I guess is okay. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's fine. I just feel like you need to change some, like the save values. I mean, like the infantry get no saves. So, I mean, you're rolling 40 dice, you're killing a squad. Unless you just cover your table with cover. But so I think there's some things you have to really think through on that. It seems like the save and hit values and dice are, I mean, I guess you could just do 1 die per guy.
Well, the damage received mechanic, the way you receive damage in Blitzkrieg Commander is clearly set up for it's intended to represent a larger formation, and it isn't removed from the table because you killed everyone. It's removed from the table because it's run out of combat effectiveness, be that willpower, whatever else.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas in a platoon level game, you're really talking about guys dead and guys not dead, aren't you?
Yeah, and it would affect your fire. I mean, it would be interesting maybe just to, I mean, get put 30 guys together and just battle it out. Just even use this table, right? Just see how it plays.
They did find in World War II one of the things about casualties is quite interesting. They actually realised it in the First World War, is that casualties don't actually reduce the fighting effectiveness of a platoon as nearly as much as you'd think, because all of the serious weapons continue to be in service.
Right. Yeah, I remember. I've read about that.
The number of machine guns per platoon doesn't change no matter how many guys in it you kill, because somebody else will start using the machine gun, even if the gunners are casualties. And that's why you get if you look at a 1914 infantry division, it's about 25,000 men. If you look at a 1943 infantry division, it's about half the rifle strength. We don't actually need all of these guys to have that amount of firepower.
Right. Yeah. No, I've heard that before. So, yeah. So that kind of, I guess that's one argument. Why you can keep firing at the same effectiveness until you get down to the last man.
Yeah. On the higher level games.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna scoot though, because I did want to go back.
No, yeah.
It's been really nice to catch up.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Thanks, man.
All right, you take care, and I'll see the rest of you guys on time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining. Everybody go check out Modeling for Advantage channel. Okay. That's awesome. I love having you guys on here. Okay, so it is now the initiative phase. The Germans need to do some stuff here. What is the range? I need to suppress some guys so that I can, I don't need to suppress the Vickers. Can I hit with this 7.5? It's a range of 20. So I can hit that unit. It's going to be 3 dice, I think. Yeah, 3 at 20. But I'm hitting on... So I'm hitting on 6s, so let's just roll it here. I'm not within half. I'm not hitting flank. Oh, 3 1s. Fantastic. Fantastic means jack crap happened. I could just blast these guys out here. So they're still hitting on 6s. I really should have moved those closer. How about this guy? How close is he? 3.7 pack. So it's... Oh, wow, that's an air. So he's going to get 15. He's going to fire there at, so he's at half, so he can fire. How many does he fire? Just 1? All right, fire 2. Nope. Jam, man, Christmas, this is a bummer, dude. I'm not doing jack crap. Maybe I should just move up. That's what that guy should probably do. So he can move up 7. Boom. So that's his initiative he's going to use. He can close assault. Boom. So we'll do that in just a minute. He's going to get the fire on him. Oh, you can't do that. Never mind. So here's the thing. He can't close assault. I could jump him out up to here. So they're up against the thing. It's really weird. If you have to close assault a gun, you have to be here, but you're not allowed to be within 5. But I could get up there and then attack him. I'm saying this all goes across the entire thing. I don't think I did the minefield right either. I think it needs to be more effective than that. Well, I could do a deploy action, and he moves right there. So let me go get my guys over there. So bring these guys both over here. So bring all these guys. So these are the 2 guys here. So that's him. That's him. I'll just put him like right underneath him. He's not deployed yet. 1, 2, 3. Let me get all my guys over here and bring them up to the battle. That's the commander. He's in there. He's in there. Where's my 3rd? Oh yeah, I took my command out. Where's my overall German commander there? Yeah, Yeah, I took one of my things away, so let's do it over here. Yeah, 1, 2. I'm missing a. I think I got an extra guy. I got an extra command. I don't think I need that guy here. So sorry, I'm in front of the thing here, everybody. Got a little screwed up here. That's their commander. That's the fort observer. That's their commander. That's the overall. Yeah, commander, overall, observer, commander. So he's here. Machine gun, and this guy. So this guy wasn't a half track to transport the machine gun. And where was he? He was way back here. Shoot, I'm just going to put him over here, I guess. What is the range of those machine guns now? Sorry, I kind of lost track. I need to mark these guys better next time. Yeah, I don't know what happens when I close assault a transport unit. Thanks for everybody hanging out with me. So Pete Bacchus, I'm curious, how would you handle firing and weapon stats and stuff using Blitzkrieg Commander at a platoon level? I'm curious. Oh wait, yeah. What am I doing here? It's not the British initiative phase, the German. So these guys could close assault these guys, but then they're going to get to attack them. But he could deploy, and then he's going to be able to fire full effectiveness. And this guy could move 7 over here like that, or maybe. So they deployed and he moved. A lot of initiatives here. The Germans were trying to get super aggressive here, so he moved up. I could deploy, but machine guns are firing at how far right now? So I keep having to look at this 15. So they need to be a little closer. So I can just move them up. And they're surrounding this poor guy. Really, I probably shouldn't be focusing my efforts on this guy. I just keep him suppressed. I'm good. He could fire over here, so that's something he could do in initiative. Germans are taking some serious initiative here. So I could deploy that guy, or maybe I don't worry about him and I move him up here. I start to go for these buildings. So in fact, I think I will do that. Boom. And he will. I think he's going to fire. These guys are going to fire on him first. Yep. Okay, so I think I got it all. So initiative. Did this guy move up? I think he did. Initiative. This guy's going to fire here, firing 2, and depending on what happens there will depend on what I do with this guy. They only fire 1 die. I'm hitting on 6s. I fire 1 at 10. Is he within 5? He's not. So just 2 die. Both hitting on 6s. Each guy does a separate thing. Nope. And nope. Okay, so kind of a waste of initiative there. It's going to cost their penalties here. Oh, sorry. What I'd say, Paul, is any thoughts on your part about a platoon level Blitzkrieg commander? Like how would it just need to be a major change of all the stats, Or could you take the stats as written and do something with that? Do they get save values? Infantry get save values? Because they don't, it's just hit on a 4+ and they open, they're out. I'm just curious if you've thought about it. So I don't think these guys are going to close assault these guys because they'll get wiped out by this unit here, like what happened to the other unit. So they're just going to fire bum-toed lice. So they're going to fire 5. They're going to fire 6 and 7. They're hitting on 6s, saving on 5s. No hits out of all those dice. Man, this initiative has been pretty useless. Okay. All right, it's time to command here. So let's command the stuff on this side of the unit here. So how far away are these guys here? So he's going to fire. Actually, I'm going to move. My first thing I'm going to command is command this guy to move around here. I'm going to take care of these guys first. And these guys are going to move up. So, and I think these guys will fire into the building at the Vickers. Yeah, this guy's going to move up here. Maybe this guy can come over here. I don't know. So can he hit the Vickers? 15. He could hit the Vickers. So fire, move up. Fire, move up. Fire, see what happens. I can't do that. I think everyone will fire. Let's see if we can get some suppression on him. Okay, so command, he's at 8, 7. Ooh, I get to do 2 things. Holy cow. Okay. He's going to fire twice into this unit. So he is, I think his range is 10 on the 251, so he's not within 5. So it's just going to be 1 dice. Hitting on 6s. Hitting on 6s. Oh, I got a hit, and he saves on 5s. He's not saved. All right, so he takes a hit. He's not suppressed, though. All right, I guess I'm supposed to do one thing at a time. Everyone does all their stuff. So he's going to fire, because that's what I said first. So he's going to fire in there, fire in 3, and then I'm going to move up. There's 1 hit, save on 5s. Doesn't save, another 6. Nope. Okay, so, all right, they're starting to get some hits here. All right, and then he's going to move up 7. All these guys are going to fire, so he's going to fire 2, 3 at the flanks, hitting on 5s. 1 hit. And he's suppressed. That's what you needed. That's what he needed. So suppressed, and he takes a hit. He's going to fire all of his dice. So Germans are hitting at 5, so they're rolling 6 dice, hitting on 5s because of the cover of the thing. Oh, 1 hit out of all those. No saves, but does he hit again? He does. So he has to fall back. I'm going to do fall back in a while. Let's see what happens here. Well, I really need to play this more often. So I roll 1 die. He's just going to move back 1 inch. That's good for him, though, because now he's out of range. He's not half range for those guys anymore. Oh, wait, would I have not rolled? Yeah, I did it. Okay. So I'm still going to get to do that. All right, so I'm done everything. Now I get to do everyone's second one except for this guy because he already did that. What's he going to do? I feel like I just want to fire on him again. Just keep whittling down on him. All right, so he's definitely going to fire. Hit. I gotta make sure. Okay, well, you don't roll for fallback. Fallback happens automatically. Oh, wow. So I should have fired on those guys first. Okay, I didn't do it. Or lesson learned. So he's going to move back 3 inches. So is he out of range now? I think I still... Now it's 3 hits. It's the range of my infantry. So now he's just going to get this 5 shots. 5 shots hitting on 5s. 5 shots hitting on 5s. 2 hits. And goes back 6. 7. He's got 2 hits. So he's at 5. And he goes back 7. You know what? Cool. So they did what they need to do. Second one, did he do his second thing or not? Crap, I can't remember. I don't think he did. So do I want to fire again or do I want to move up? I feel like I want to. He's going to fire on the Vickers again. So now I'm going to move up. I do want to move up. So 7. And he'll move up. You know what? I'm going to deploy these guys because you can do that. Don't deploy him there because he can't fire. I should have deployed him, but I didn't. So now these guys are going to take out fire on those guys for sure. So the Vickers is going to get a bum-ton load of shots here. I'm going to check the comments here in just a minute. He's going to get 4 shots hitting on 5s because he's right there. 2 hits. No suppression, though. Oh, man, that's terrible. He's going to fire on him. How many do they get? They get 5 probably, right? Because he's so close at this point. 5 hitting on 4s. No, hitting on 5s. 2 hits. No saves. He is suppressed, so 2 hits and suppressed. So. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to get these guys up here so quick. It just thinks at some point you're going to run out of guys to hit, right? I guess you can put these on top of him. How about that? It's a little less clutter on the table. Yeah, these guys went first. Okay, so now what am I doing? So now they're rolling. These guys are going to now ignore that. They're going to come back around over this way. They only move 3. He moves 7. Actually, he could roll up here and just kind of lay waste to these guys. All right, so let's command them again. It's going to be 6, although these guys are now far away. Are they 20? Yep, they are 20. So it's going to be 7, 6, 5. It's done. 9. Okay, so they're done. I think I can take the initiative markers away because they're not going to be doing anything else. Now it's this next unit's turn. That was a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, definitely got to think about it. It's not an easy thing. Robbie, yeah, let me finish the German turn here and I'll go over it. Type up any specific questions you have, like what you got, what are you thinking? Okay, Germans. Again, let's fire into here. Let's fire into here, and we'll decide what we're doing with those guys. So no one's assaulting yet. Just move everybody. Well, no, these guys will fire. Let's move these guys up so they can start getting a target and fire, and we'll wait and see. Can't wait and see. They'll fire this turn. So we're at 8, so 7. 10, so they get to do nothing. The overall commander. Who's this guy? I make someone different, the overall commander. Let's do this guy here. He's got the little hat on. So he can try to command them. It's flexible, so there's no penalty. So 9, so they're all at 8. Same thing. 4. Okay, cool. Let's fire in here. 3, 6. Okay. Fire and deploy. 6. Oh, he saves it. Are you kidding me? These guys outfired me. Need to mark that off. Sniper. Outfire. Suppressed. They can't do anything. So that's pretty good. The sniper suppressed this guy. No hit, but he suppressed him. So that's really good. So yeah, I can't fire my mortars over here because they're too close. It's all, the mortar's done. So the FAO is done. Okay, so he moved up here and he suppressed. That's pretty amazing. Did I already fire that guy in here? I think he fired over here, yeah. And then this guy's going to move up to here. Pardon me. Okay, so then 6. No, he's not at 6. He's now at a 7. So to command these guys to do what they want to do is 7. Oh, including him, actually. Oh, yeah, including these guys. So those guys could have fired there. So do 1 unit fire at him. Okay, so 6, he did get a hit. And he saves. Oh, God. I think he already did his thing. So this pack 30 only fires 2. 1. Fire 2 at him. 6s. Nope. Okay, now we're commanding. So now I got to roll a 7 to. Let's close assault the guy. Let's get it done. I fail. So I rolled a 9. So the Germans are done. So initiative. Move commanders up. I got to remember to move commanders up. Suppression comes off that German. So he's right there. I feel like this suppression's been on this British too long. Like, I think that probably should have come off. I don't think his suppression came off after the last turn. Four, 5, 6, it comes off. Okay, it does not. I don't feel like that's right. Okay, Ravi, terrain. Whoa, commanders. I will forget to do that. So let's move this commander up here. What are they moving now? 10? Sheesh. FAO doesn't matter. Yeah, let's move him here in the middle. Okay. This is an IKEA welcome mat. And I just cut it up. I should have bought 2. Why didn't I buy 2? Because I can't find these plain ones. You usually say welcome on them or something. I need 2 of these, so I should have bought 2. Just plain IKEA, so just a regular welcome mat. I mean, it's weird. Your thing's sitting on top of it, but hey, whatever. This is just scenic. This is how I do hedges sometimes. Instead of having them all glued down to stuff, it's a little pain to do it this way, but this is just woodland scenics, clump foliage. I just clump it all together. So you mean, look, just a little blop, and I just bloop it, blop it. Battlefront Mines, Fat Frank, is that his name? Fat Frank Rhodes off of eBay. Love it. I want to buy more. Battlefront, Sarissa Precision, Plasticraft, never buy one of theirs again. Sarissa Precision, love Sarissa Precision, love it, buy it again. That's it. And this is a teddy bear fur that I bought from Joanne Fabrics. Fat Frank. Trees are just woodland scenics glued onto washers and flocking. I buy them pre-made. I'm lazy. I'm lazy and I can afford it right now. And then the day comes I can't afford it, then I'll have a bunch of bare trees. Hope that helps. I think I'm going to play this turn for the British and then our Canadians, and then I'm done. So, Canadians. This suppression really should have been off. Canadians cannot do any initiative on this turn. This guy definitely can. He's suppressed. Darn it. This guy's suppressed. He can't do it. Yeah, I'm going to bring this guy back up. I mean, I've got to get up to my break point for my Germans are 10. Holy cow! And for them it's 5, and I've only lost 1. Okay. Save gun pit, pillbox, stone, dugout, brick building, wooden building, or trench 6. So it really should be 6. So these guys should be 4 in the building, saving on 4s. Okay, so these guys are saving on 4s. He's saving on 6s. Saving on 6s, 4s. All right, so that's it. So no initiative. Well, I mean, the forward observer could lay down some artillery on these guys, right? I mean, the deviation is not going to be much. I could just try it, see what happens. I mean, I might take out my own guy, but too bad, so sad. I can set it over here. I think I might do that. I'll set it right here. All right, now the space. All right, so forward artillery observer. What do they get for the British? Please say an 8. It is an 8. So here we go. 7. 2 105s. All right, now I got to read the artillery support situation. Okay, roll 1 die per 20 centimeters between FAO and target, 1d6 if higher. Oh, so just 1d6. Oh, I don't have to roll any. Roll 1 die per 20 centimeters FAO and target, minus 1d6 if higher. Well, they're higher, they're in a building. And directional die. Fire zone. So it's going to hit there. I said it's a 10. So it's just going to be concentrated. Oh, I could do a... I didn't. I was concentrating it. So, oh boy. Good boy. Oh, this could be really, really bad. Okay, I need to look up the 105. I think I mistyped something in the British Canadian thing here. Um, 3 and 3. Okay. Pen me. It's going to be 3 dice, so it's going to be 6 dice against each unit. So what happens? Double attacks against a single unit. Resolving artillery. Okay, so I got to do a little reading here, everybody. Sorry to do this. My book is just disastered here. I need to reach out. I mean, I would think firing into crops, but I mean, calling it partial cover, but no, first I just start rolling here. So my artillery point was it's all these units here. So let's start with the command. The overall commander here. Fours. Threes. I mean, hit in the flank or rear or hit by aircraft, -1 on the save value. I think there would be -1 on the save value too. They are automatically suppressed if hit. I think it might be 2 hits on 20 if they're hit. So anyway, 3. So this commander saves on 6s. So no saves. He takes 3. He's suppressed. The overall commander. So 3 hits and suppressed. Yeah, this is bad. Him 6 and 5s. It just seems like. I just feel like it's not. I feel like there should be something a little bit more. Like, why, when you're hit. Okay, anyway. I would think getting hit by bombs would be different too, because you're getting hit from the top. Add 1d6 to attacker is mortar, already air, or interest. So, okay, I'll get 1 more. Okay. Per 1? All right, so it didn't matter. So, anyway, what do they say that? Probably 6s. Okay. Okay, so he is 2 hits and suppressed. This is a big deal. It's helping. See, this is helping the British. This guy. 1, 2, 3. Boom. On 5s. 2. Saving on 6s. Oh, two hits. Boy, I'm going to need some more markers here. These infantry out here in the open are screwed. I gotta look at casualties. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not getting very many hits on these guys in 2. 1 save, 1 hit, suppressed. We gotta look for passengers and what happens when they're hit with fire here. Yeah, I gotta get a new book here. Okay, so these guys are automatically dismounted and suppressed, but they don't take any hits. These guys. Three hits. No, they're suppressed. Doesn't matter. No save. So they've got 5 hits now and suppressed. Holy mackerel, dude. And I could wipe them out, but that would require a lot of force here. Wow, just 1 hit on that guy. Oh, this guy. Three hits and suppressed. Woo, baby. I have 1 casualty marker left. How many hits do they get? I think they get 5. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this guy really should be unsuppressed. I just totally forgot to take him off. Okay, he can't do anything. He can't do anything. So he's going to command these guys. This guy's the only guy that can be commanded by this guy. This guy really needs to move and get over here to the building because I got screwed. So yeah, he needs to get over here. So he's going to fire. I think he'll fire on these guys. Can he reach them? The British have. I keep looking at this. Yeah, he's 15, so he can. He's not halfway, so he's going to get. He's just sitting on the front. 4 hitting on 4. Just 1 hit hitting on 4. Oh, he is suppressed. Oh, I didn't roll a command. So 7. There you go. You got it, and it's a hit and not suppressed. Was that right? No, he's not suppressed. Okay. Who else does this guy have? He has him. He can't do anything. I don't know anybody else. So I just keep commanding this guy. So he's now at a 6, 9. So he's done. Okay. CO. And I'm going to go ahead and move this guy so I don't forget. What's he moving? 20? Oh, yeah. So he can move all the way over here to inside the building. So he's at a 9. So I'm going to command the vicar and the sniper to fire. 6, he got it. So he's still good. So the vicar is going to fire 3, so 4. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and fire. He's going to, yeah, let's take him out, please, guys. Non-5s. He's gone. Another unit down. Got another casualty marker left. The sniper. Everyone's suppressed. How about firing on that guy? So 1 fire, 4. Nope. And so command again at S7. Got it. So he's going to fire his 4 dice at that. Hit on 5s. 2 hits. Goes back 7. Four hits now. So let's command them again. Let's go at 6. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, 3. You get to go again. Vicar's range is what again? 30? Let's get some hits on. I could take out that guy. Yeah, let's take out that guy. I mean, if I get rid of all their infantry, they can't do anything. So he's within 15. He is hitting on the flank. So he's rolling 4 and 5. He's hitting the 4s. 2 hits. He's at 5. He's done. Sniper. Again, fire over there. Not the flank. 6. So he's. What if I'm doing that right? It says he does not inflict hits. 79. You do cast suppression and fall back as normal. But it's, you still have to get a hit at 4. And okay, all right. So let's do it again, man. So now I have to get a 5. Come on, 5, 5, 5. 5 or less. 5 or less. That was a fantastic roll on behalf of the British. So that is the end of turn 3. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? He's no longer suppressed. He's no longer suppressed, which I think should have been the case a long friggin' time ago. They're still holding out. The Germans really can ignore him. Not really, because he could come out of the thing and. So where we stand right now is Germans are going here. The Germans have now lost 2 machine gun teams and 2 squads. They've lost 4. The British have only lost 1 unit so far. The British can lose 5. I don't think that's right. I think I got some stuff wrong here, I think. I don't think the British even have 5 to lose. They had 3 squads of Vickers, and that's it. So they really can only lose 2. What am I missing here? trenches, breakpoint of 5. So infantry platoon 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got it. So 5. Why is there breakpoint 5? It should really be 3. That actually needs to be changed to 3. Okay, well, it's been a long. How long have I been on here? 3.5 hours. Holy cow, man. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming on. Okay, so the baton, you said, yes. There's no story. Well, the story about the baton, the story is that he was in the 12th Armored Division. This is him, but this is when he was, retired. That's not World War II identification. I'll have to kind of pull out some stuff about that, but 12th Armored Division, I've got a bunch of his memorabilia, and I did a little bit of a study, not a study, but I kind of typed up his letters that he wrote home to his parents and made a little book of the 12th Armored from the family. I got a couple books on it. I went to a couple of the reunions, but he was in supply of the 12th Armored, 56th Armored Infantry Battalion supply. He was older when he went in. He was like 30 or something, and he had to really beg and plead to get into the Army. Even, they're like, yeah, you're too old, but he got in. But it was just his baton. I don't really know much more about it beyond that. It was just kind of a dress thing, No, you're not going to see the sexy one because I was only using 10 centimeters or 10 inches on here just because it just seemed a better deal at this scale, Paul. I mean, that 20 centimeters, that's big. That's a big template. Actually, let me see. What is 20 centimeters? They gave me a free template, and I reviewed it and then sent it back because I'm sorry, I didn't send it back. I gave it away to a viewer. Okay, so that's funny, Paul. I guess I should use 20. I mean, I could have done it because that's 8 inches. That probably would have been fine. But I remember I'm using inches on this one. I'll have to think through that. I like the idea of templates. So I don't know, but Paul, I'd be interested at some point. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a thing to discuss with you offline, but playing at this level, squad. So they say this is a company battle. So this is like Flames of War level, right? Do I use inches or centimeters? So instead of, I was moving at 10 inches. Well, imagine it was the daytime. You'd move at 10 inches in an infantry would. So an infantry would move this far, 10 inches in my company value, because I'm like, I want to change it. But if you play at platoon level, this is my house rule. If you play platoon level, you only move this far. So let's move it back. So you move this far. Now, I don't mind doing that at platoon level. It just seems weird at squad level. But you can move multiple times per turn. So maybe I should stick with the centimeter measurements. This game would take, I wouldn't be this far, right? Because I've been moving so far ahead. So maybe I should stick with centimeters. I don't know, man. I'd be interested in what y'all think. So I think I thought inches because I was thinking like Crossfire, Flames of War. Flames of War ranges are really short anyway. But I was like, the one thing I like about Crossfire is that, the ranges are infinite. So it's like you need to put terrain on your table. So I'm like, well, what if I made inches, it just feels like more like the scale. So, normally the range is like 30. That's 30 inches, man. So normally your range is like 30 inches, right? I think. So this guy's infantry could fire all the way out to there. Like I'm thinking, if this is really a squad, could they fire that far out? Whereas 30 centimeters is that far. That seems really short. I mean, you could half it. and say 15, so it's a little longer. I don't know. Maybe it's too late a time to be discussing it, but I guess I was just thinking if I'm going to play it, kind of abstract the. I just always thought it was weird, and I love these rules, but I always thought it was weird that you can play a platoon or squad, but there was no adjustments, no teams, no small mortars, and all the ranges were the same. I'm like, well, but then again, like maybe it's because it's abstract, it doesn't matter, right? And you can really play at either level, except for they abstract out those smaller teams and weapons. Because, if you're playing platoon level, you don't really care about the individual machine guns. And at company level, would you care about the machine guns? Like, would you care that the machine guns in this thing and there are no stats for it? So you might care about that, like that. I don't know. All right. Well, you're welcome for the entertainment. I appreciate it. I had 5 people on here watching, and that's pretty awesome. So thank you all so much. It is now 1:42. I need to go get my beauty sleep. And you guys are awesome. I love having you guys on here. It's been great. Again, Paul, maybe it's something we can chat about sometime. Just kind of, maybe I just play rules as written, and it's just better that way. I don't know. I mean, let's look at this. They've moved in 3 turns. They started 10 inches, I think. Yeah, they started about here. So these guys have moved. These guys have moved 30 inches. So they would have moved. Well, they would have started further back too. They would have started back there, and then they would have started here. They would only be here by turn 3. I mean, that's the game though, right? So, I mean, inflicting this kind of, it's because it's the freaking night rules. And their move is just like stymied like crazy. Unless they did start at 10 inches and then it would be, okay, they'd be here. So this would be the furthest. Well, these guys would be up here, so they'd be here. So they would just now be, and the firing ranges would be 20 centimeters. I mean, they can't fire until they're up to where these guys are. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, just even if you're playing this at the normal level, holy cow, the night rules are aggressive. No, I certainly don't want to become famous, but thanks. Can I delete you? Good, I think it's blocking. Oh, that's on Twitch. Yeah, I can't get rid of a Twitch comment. Okay, hey, thanks all. I need to get off here before the freaks start coming out. We'll see you all later. Appreciate all the views. We'll chat later. Bye-bye.